time for Bomber Banter. Now over to Fiona.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bomber Banter. Welcome to the fan CAMS. Round 20 against the Bulldogs. We go down by 93 points. Rinse and repeat, some would say. Oh, God. I'm questioning my life choices, starting a fan channel to celebrate the highs when we are going through a very, very tough rebuild. I don't think there's any misconception of that. We are absolutely in a rebuild, forced or not, forced or otherwise. I feel exhausted. I honestly do. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's just football is taking so much out of me at the moment, negatively, I will say, rather than it is positively. And tonight was one of those nights that in the first quarter I was watching them and it felt like I was watching a group of guys who knew they came here to lose and they were playing like they knew they were going to lose, half-ass efforts, half-ass the fake chasing, all the fake attempts at effort. And it was a bit of a sad state of affairs. But what did become very clear to me throughout the game was that two things can be true. And one is that this game plan, this system, this structure is not doing this current group of players any favours. But it's also true that this game plan wasn't made for this group of players. So the two can coexist, and the two are coexisting because they have no idea what they're doing. I think there were moments tonight where we saw a little bit of forward mid cohesion, and but outside of like just glimmers, moments, there was just too much of a lack of intent and willingness to create turnover. I mean, last time I checked in the third quarter, the Bulldogs had 71 points from turnover. That's as easy as you like, but then conversely, when they turned it over, they just cleaned it up. No fuss, no muss. So it's a really hard watch at the moment. I'm not going to lie. I am struggling to find anything to talk about. So I've popped the link there in the chat. Come and help me. Bomber Boy, thank you. $5. I feel numb regarding Ridley. Oh, my God. Haven't even started on Ridley. I'm also lost for words, but I will start now talking about it because that's why I'm here. He's contracted to 2029 and his body is just proving that it might not be up to this. That broke me in the first. Was that the first quarter? I think it was. I just speechless, lost for words. Moby, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. Dave, thank you as always. We made it here. Everyone be calm in the knowledge you're amongst friends who are just as hurt as you. Yep. Frustrated, hurt. I think a big part of it is that I don't see the light because I feel like next year, even if all these injured players are back, we can't be expecting much more than what we're getting now. How's the cohesion going to be? How's the connectivity going to be? I honestly, there's not much to look forward to because we're going to get a lot of this next year, and that's really, really sad to hear. Alrighty, what else is happening? Hey, Coanda, how are you doing? Zach Merritt. Yes, he did. He had an ordinary game in the first half, but his second half, that beautiful kick to 2 metre and then to Caddy, he was the only one who lowered the eyes and hit target. So well done. And the 2 metre Peter one came from a beautiful holding the ball tackle. So well done, Louis. Hey, Corey.
How you going?
Oh, I'm struggling. How are you?
Touche. I think every Essendon supporter is feeling the same. Flat, defeated, and just over it, I think.
Yep. I think that is, you summed up exactly how I feel. What can we take anything positive from tonight? Anything at all?
the fact is McMahon's kicking goals consistently. I know it's only 2 games, but he's had a record of the last 2 seasons of VFL/AFL football kicking 2 goals in every game that he's ever played in. So if you can take any positive out of that, there's probably that.
Yep.
I thought as much as he had an average sort of second half, I thought Mason Redman's first half wasn't so bad. Had a fair bit of the footy, was trying to create plays off half back when we didn't really have the dash like Archie Roberts would usually give us. Yes, he was better when it got later in the game, but like you said just before, Lual had moments, Merritt had moments, but I think everyone knows from a negative point of view who cannot be in this team next year, because the 2 things that are non-negotiable in football, no matter what level you play, is body language in a positive sense and intent. And if you don't have that, I'm sorry, you do not put on this jumper for the rest of the damn season. And that comes down to Archie Perkins. Apart from the 1 goal he kicked, kudos to him for kicking it. For the rest of the game, you did absolutely nothing. Jade Gresham for 2.5 quarters, I could have called him Casper the Ghost. He was non-existent. And then he decided to do something when we were 60 points down. We just didn't play well at all. Those 2 especially. Dylan Shield is, if you want to be in the midfield and be physical, do something while you're in the midfield. But if you're not going to, play on the wing and be an outside runner. Actually use your pace and try and use your foot skills, but your foot skills weren't that good either.
Yeah, I think it's a good call on Redmond. I think he had 10 intercepts. So I thought he made some blues, but I thought he tried to take the game on. There was very little backwards and sideways kicking from him tonight, which I was really relieved to see. But I thought Kako tried really hard all game. He just kept trying. I think he had the most tackles inside 50. He couldn't have done any more.
No, I totally agree with that. From a forward point of view, for 6 tackles for Kako, had 12 disposals, kicked a goal. That's what you want to see out of him. I know we got absolutely flogged, but you want to see that out of him because it shows the intent and the right mindset that he has, no matter if you're getting pumped. And it was the same thing with Caddy. Even though the ball was kicked over his head 9 times out of 10, his intent to lead at the ball, no matter if he was leading from the centre square to go and get it off a kick from Merritt or someone out of the full back half, to keep presenting, even though the disposal by foot to him was poor. I can't fault their efforts.
Yeah, and I especially love, just with Kako, his attitude just continues to inspire me. He had a really poor effort in the first, I think, maybe 5 minutes of the game where he didn't quite nail a tackle, and then the Bulldogs, it went up the other end and the Bulldogs scored really quickly. And any other young player might have dropped their heads and just gone into their shell a little bit for the rest of the game, but he just continued to persevere. He chased, he followed up, and I'm truly impressed by his year. He does not look like he's, I'm sure he's tired too. He's played every game and it's his first year, but he just keeps hanging on, and I'm just loving it.
Yep. So I like it. Like even the umpire, even the commentators on Fox Footy were getting really frustrated with Gresham and Perkins and a few other players that were saying that you've got 5 or 6 weeks to sort of prove it. And they were sort of saying that you're only having, before Perkins had that shot, he had 6 disposals at 3/4 time. For someone who wants to actually make something of himself as a high draft pick, you're not showing it. And it's clearly evident that the commentators are now seeing it, and a lot of supporters, not just from an Essendon point of view, see it.
I did get a text from a friend saying that Perkins's body language was absolutely shocking for the entire game.
Oh, it absolutely was. And it just, they kept panning to him, and same with Gresham in the first half, they kept panning to him because there was a couple of times he did get chopped off and he could have got the ball, but it landed in someone else's hand. And he was getting frustrated and angry, and he was like, they threw the ball to the umpire aggressively, and I'm just like, you can't be showing that when there's other kids in the VFL. I don't care if they haven't played. At least give them an opportunity if they're going to show that sort of attitude.
Question with Perkins, and I might answer my own question here, but because I truly believe that no matter where you are on the ground and no matter where the coach needs you, you have to show, as you said, the non-negotiables in footy: the intent, the effort, and the will to be there for your teammates. But should the coaches have put him in the midfield, thrown him in the midfield for the game instead, or is that just giving it to him on a platter?
I would have preferred that over McGrath, because McGrath can't kick over a jam tin, but he is good by hands and he's good running out of packs. McGrath, I can give him that. But I would have thought, from a bigger body point of view, I thought they would have put him in, but they stuck him on a wing, and his body language, he hated that. He absolutely hated it, and had 2 or 3 disposals in that last quarter being on a wing. But yeah, it was just running around aimlessly, and yeah, he didn't want to be there by the end of it.
Yeah. It's really frustrating because we can't even teach him a lesson, because
no, you can't.
We need the personnel. We've got literally no one coming back.
The only two that should come back in will be Ben Hobbs next week. He can come in for Perkins, and then bring in Archer May for Jay Gresham. I don't care if we have this many tolls. At least try something. We've got nothing to lose, really.
This is true. All right, last question before I leave.
They're my 2 picks on who I think should be in next week, regardless.
You're going early, Corey.
I know we've got the VFL tomorrow. I actually will watch it tomorrow. Okay. So hopefully Hobbs and May can show something in the VFL.
They're not playing. They're not named.
No, I'm not. I'm still. I come back hopefully next week for footy. I had to get a clearance from the doctor for local footy. So on Thursday I should be right to do that and be back into it. So.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully you end up with some more possessions than poor old Archie Perkins, hey?
Oh, if I couldn't do that, I'll give the game up if I can't do that.
Oh, very good. All right, Corey. Thanks so much for jumping on. Appreciate you. Good night.
Cheers.
Bye. Hey, my friend.
How are you?
I'm not bad, and you?
Oh, look, I've had better Friday nights. I'm not going to lie.
But what have we done to deserve this? First Thursday night, then Friday night, and 2 more to come.
A bit apathetic, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah. That's dangerous, isn't it?
It is. Flat, but not even upset, not even angry. I'd prefer to be angry. We're just yeah, just meh.
And what's worrying is that's probably going to continue into next year too.
Yeah. I don't know. The more I watch, I know we probably disagree on this, but the commentators mentioned it last week. I just feel like, you've said, Jock McHale or these great coaches couldn't coach his team, but I just don't think he's doing enough.
Yep.
When the team's down, when the things aren't going your way, go down to the bench, talk to your players, instant feedback. I know you're into psychology a lot and you think about, spirituality. Sometimes you need instant feedback. Sometimes it's too late at your Monday match review because you're not in the moment. Sometimes you need a bit of red hot feedback. Sometimes you need it, you need to hear it in the moment. And maybe, there's no point telling Archie Perkins, hey.
Yeah. And also you need to be looked into the eye and eyeballed maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all know Archie Perkins got talent. There's obviously something, it's confidence or it's something, mentally there.
Yeah.
Monday on match review is probably just not enough for him. Yeah.
Well, clearly it's not. Something has got to give. And I think it's more than right to question the coaching decisions. What pisses me off mostly is we're down to our bare bones. So why not just simplify the game plan altogether? Stop doing the bloody zone defense and just give them all a task to man up. Stop trying to teach them to guard space and to guard a zone and transition together. Just go back old school and give them one-on-one matchups to stem a bit of the bleeding.
100%. watching Lual Lamont just run in between zone defense from zone defense to zone defense,
he's got no idea,
and get a handball. Like, what do you maybe had like 6 handballs? And he's just like, he's not impacting a play because he's never with his player. And to watch Riley West take marks on players taller than him all night. Like, that's when you drag plays and say, hey, that guy's, 10 centimeters, 1 foot shorter than you. He can't outmark you. Like, this is unacceptable. I just think, for me, we can look at the players all day, but, a good coach gets the best out of their players, and especially when the chips are down. And it feels like the chips are down and he's not getting the best out of the players, and that's just where I stand.
Yeah, I think it's more than fair enough, and it's right to question because, we can't just settle for any answer. We need to be questioning all the moving parts, because when we start settling for what's in front of us, then you start accepting this. And yes, there may be some logical pieces to this puzzle, but when I see a team like Richmond, who are rebuilding also, showing a bit more fight and a bit more to their game style and their planning, and as you just said, getting the best out of some of their young crop who haven't been together for a long time, I start to question it too.
And you took the words out of my mouth, and I start to think, and I've thought about this throughout the year, but injuries, 17 injuries. At what point is it like a cancer that starts to spread through where, like you get injured because you're afraid, or look, I'm not but I know you believe a lot in spirituality, and it's, if you've got a group WhatsApp for your injured players and it starts to become a bit of a friends group, I don't know, like, what sort of message are you sending? Because I can imagine in the Bulldogs team or in Collingwood, or if you look at the top teams, like, you don't want to be in the injured group. You're like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to be in that group.
Yeah.
I want to be out playing. Like, you would be desperate. Like, the whole Jordan Ridley thing, like, I'm sure, I don't know. I just think the coaching group's job is to build confidence and to build resilience. You're not just teaching them football skills; you're teaching them strong mental skills.
Yeah,
and resilience. And I'm starting to question whether our coaching group can do that.
Yeah, some of the efforts, and as I said in the beginning, like some of the pretend efforts where they think they're putting in effort, but it looks like they're running in quicksand. It looks like they're moving in slow motion, and I think that. I don't know. But then I'm like, the coaches aren't telling them to do that. The coaches aren't there.
It's reactive to being difference between being reactive to being proactive. Reading the game before it happens to you're wanting to look like you're doing something rather than actually doing something because it's instinctive and innate.
Yeah, it's a good point, and it's I just feel like what is there I know there's a lot to gain in terms of exposure for these young kids and getting some a taste of AFL, but how much are they learning about a game plan how much are they learning in the moment when the leaders around them are missing 5-meter unimpeded kicks and, looking like they're just there to cash a paycheck? And I know that sounds harsh, but there are a few of leaders and more experienced players tonight who I could have sworn they were just there to turn up to the bank and cash the paycheck. I'm sure that's how you did it back in the day.
Who are you thinking in particular?
Huh?
Who are you thinking in particular there?
Look, I don't want to single any particular, single any individuals out, but there were just a few that I don't know. I think the papers are stamped. If I had the list, was in control of the list, there's absolutely no way I'd be offering them a contract next year.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that,
and so what's your theory on the injuries before I let you go, Anthony? Because I haven't spoken to you since.
Why they're happening?
Yeah, so why have we got so many? Everyone's got a different theory. What's yours?
I think, look, you put me on the spot, but I'm just trying to relate it to my own life. And So I've got a business. We have 24 staff.
Yep.
And I notice when you allow, this might be completely off base and it might sound like a complete wanker, but
there's no right
forgive me.
answer because nobody knows. There's actually no right answer.
So I try to lead by example. So if I'm a bit under the weather, I come into work, and so that feeds onto the rest of the staff. But when you get one staff member that comes in regularly sick and you allow it to be okay, and it's like, hey, look, it's out of your control. You feel bad for them. And then you notice the next person does it, and then it starts to spread. But then, like, over the years, I was able to build up a team that it's like, hey, you're a little bit sick. You're still coming to work. Like, you just do what you can to make sure you're not letting everybody else down. And then the next thing you know, like, you look at a couple of years later and our sick days are down by like 50%. Everybody's got like weeks banked up of sick days because they don't want to miss work because we're all there for each other. Now, is that because there's less colds or less flus around it that year? Or is it because everybody's a bit more resilient?
Scared of the boss,
they enjoy coming to work.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it's. I think you're always going to get some injuries, but to have this many, I think some of it's above the head, above the neck. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's a great point, and I think there have been questions. That's been one of the theories amongst many, but it's good food for thought, Anthony. Very good.
That's just my 2 cents, and it's anyway.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Thanks for jumping on, Anthony. It was great to see you.
Good to see you too. See ya.
Have a good night. Bye. Cheers. I would have donated more if you stayed till the end. Well, I've got to be here for you. What do you think this is? If you want me to be here and not make you stay up until 3 a.m, then I have to leave early. And did I actually miss much? That's the real question. But thank you for your donation, Jez. Every part helps. Hey, Mariella, you just got home, stayed on to the end. Well done. Thank you for the 15. Well done. That wouldn't have been easy, and the place did look empty by the end of it, but it's just what it is, isn't it, at the moment? I don't blame anyone for leaving. I truly don't. But it's getting really hard to stick fat. Lucky none of our players have come out and told the supporters to stick fat because I don't know how I would cope with that. But anyway, hey, my US friends, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We are not good because of the injuries, so going half pace won't be noticed. Yeah. It's a really good point. Really good point. Hey, Paul, Brad Scott won't be the premiership coach. He will build the club from how far back it is, but we will get another coach in 2 to 3 years who may be a McRae or Kingsley, such as Skipworth with a new game plan. And what they'll reap the rewards of all this pain, won't they? That's just how it works, right? That's the cycle, I guess, isn't it? Hey, GS1, Zach Merritt, I agree with you, disgusting yellow alien. Oh, yes, sorry, you're talking to Zach Merritt in the group, not Zach Merritt, our captain. Hey, Dylan, felt very similar to the last game we played the Dogs. Many broken tackles killed on transition. Yeah, the amount of broken tackles in the first quarter, painful. This is Murray. How are you? Need to pay out Ridley's contract. Waste of a list spot. Oh, I'm starting to get on board this. I don't know. I don't know that his body can withstand this. We've sent him to Qatar. What's next? Send him to the North Pole? I have no answers. Maybe he needs surgery. Hey, Spiros, dear BB, thank you for your show. I salute you. Do you think we are tanking? I mean, if you believe my co-host in Fiona's forecast, the solution, he absolutely believes that the tank is on. I believe that the players came tonight knowing and expecting they were going to win. So you know how they can say in an interview, oh, no, we fully turned up and believed we could get the win tonight. I would spiritually, energetically question that. Whether it's subconscious or conscious, I really question that. Hey, Troy, the positives that the Bulldogs had help with soft, non-existent free kicks that resulted in scores. Hey, I'm the first to say that Laverty is prone to many, many brain fades. But, gosh, he was hard done by tonight. Gosh, I don't even know if Norton got one. No, he probably had a couple of marks that he got fair, but hey, Ninja works. I hate Friday night games. Shits the weekend up. Yeah, and Thursday night games last week, even friggin' worse. That's really, really... Hello. Watch the game. Disappointing. Hello, my beauties. Jen. These are my little nephew and nieces. Should be in bed right now. Yes, very disappointing. Hey, Dennis, how are you? The umpiring was awful. It was atrocious. And yes, I will say my big ginger should have kicked his first 2 goals, but he had the most obvious... Bustlinger bloody chopped his arm in the most obvious position on the ground in our goal square and did not get a free kick. It was after that incredible mark he took. He went in for the second one and had the most obvious arm chop, and we're getting trash free kicks in the friggin' back line. Jez, anyone else see a few spot fire arguments between our own players tonight? Ooh, was there really? I didn't. Do tell. Redman and Goldstein was one. Sheil and Caddy was the other. Tell me more, Jez, please. Redman and Goldstein. Goldstein did not have a good night. He won the hit-outs, mainly to the Bulldogs' advantage, but he fumbled and tried to pick up the ball from his feet and looked 6,000 years old. And Sheil and Caddy, mate, if she was having a go at Caddy, I better move topics before I say something. That'll get me cancelled. But anyway. Alrighty. Muzz. No good, huh?
Here we go again. I don't know what to say anymore. I come on here every bloody week and nothing improves. It seems like we go on the cycle every week, don't we?
It does.
Yeah. About right. His arm chop, I agree with you. That was obvious at plain sight. Everyone could see that.
And he was, yeah. And he's like, it's in the most obvious part of the ground, the goal square. There's supposed to be 2 umpires in that zone so they don't blindside each other. He was at the highest point, so he was the tallest player because he went for the mark, so he jumped. Yeah. And his arms were up here, and Bustling has just gone like that in the most obvious way. Not that it would have mattered, of course, but it's principle, right?
Yeah, it's principle, chopping the arms.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree.
All right. I'm gonna try and take you in a different direction tonight, Mars. I want you to give me 3 positives, 3 things you liked, and you have to give me 3. So dig deep.
3 positives. Well, I thought McMahon played well tonight. McMahon had a really good game. I thought he was brilliant. The way he used the ball, the way he was looking, and he set shots too. He looked brilliant the way he's been playing the last couple of weeks. He's kicked 2 of our first. He kicked what? Last week he kicked the first 2. This week he kicked the first 2.
He did too.
To try and give the boys some self-esteem. I thought he's brilliant. That's one good positive sign our young boys are really showing. A.K. McMahon. I thought some glimpses we showed better ball movement. We had, I think, that one good patch where we had the fat side of the ground open. I think our ball movement has, I'm not going to say not slightly, it's I don't know what the words I could use for it. We see glimpses of it, then we go back to our normal ways. So those glimpses I like.
Yep.
We had that one good display, I think it was the third quarter, where we opened up on the fat side of the ground, and I think either it was Wright or it was Caddy that took the mark, and we ended up converting it from a really good play. Someone will find that, and you'll probably review it over the week, and you'll see it. Yep. It was that one really good play. That's another positive. So beautiful.
So you got 2. Yep. And the third, Scott from the lunchtime might be helping you here.
You know what? That's another one.
No, sorry. I'm the operator here. You got to give me a third, Muzz.
I don't.
All right, give me a player. Give me a player who you like.
A
if
player?
you can't, yeah,
Honestly, I thought Redmond did really well tonight too.
yeah.
For Ridley going out, he had double the pressure on him to lead that back line.
True.
He's done really well coming off the back 50. He's running, he's trying. He made a little bit of errors now and then, but especially in that marking contest where I think it was Darcy going back with the flight.
Yes.
He just had no effort. He just stuck the one arm out.
Mm.
And even commentators on Fox were like, Redmond does better than that. He crashes those packs and he spoils it over the line.
Yep.
It was a poor effort, but I thought, yeah, he's allowed to have poor efforts now and then. But the first of the game, he played really well after that. I thought
Yeah.
so. It was another positive highlight.
Good.
Goldstein, I don't know what happened with him tonight.
For the first time this year, I've been on the fence in terms of do we keep him on the list just in case next year. But for the first time this year, tonight, I was like, cannot hold him.
I say
Cannot
keep
keep
him as
him.
a coach because he's a great ruckman. He's good at his craft. Keep him as
Yep.
a coach. But I don't
Yep.
think we need him next season.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you
being
just
brutally
cannot
honest here.
keep him on the list. Yeah, he looks.
This is what
yeah,
we need. We need young players now. And I'm sorry, Goldstein, Brad Scott, as far as your history goes back, good ruck coach. He's good at his craft and what he does. He can win hit-outs. But tonight, he kept hitting it to the Bulldogs' advantage.
yes,
Bonton
it was
Pally,
the
liver.
yes,
They
yes.
were all over it. Because they
What's
knew
the point of
English wasn't
winning
winning it.
the outs?
They read the play before it even happened. They were going
Yep.
to the advantage of the ball because they knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Um,
What is the
yeah.
point? Yeah,
It was
I
just
think
awful.
it was
And then-
incredibly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
sorry,
incredibly
sorry.
disappointing. That's all I
Yeah.
can say about that. Forwards. Lack of cohesion, I think it was, up forward. Again, it's just too many young players in that forward line. And it's just another area that we need improvement on. Going from rotating from our back 50s up forward, from getting the cohesion from the backs to the mids, back up to forward, and our mids to the forwards if we win the centre bounce.
Yeah,
Just
the
the lack of
cohesion is
cohesion
not
between all everyone. It's just
Sorry.
not there.
Yeah,
You're
the
right.
cohesion is non-existent, unfortunately,
No.
except for that Lawal's 2 kicks when he lowered the eyes and entered forward 50 to Caddy and 2 meter Peter. There's
Yeah.
just no connectivity.
I'm going to give you 5 players. I'm going to be brutally honest here that will get delisted at the end of the season.
All right.
I think to go. Goldstein has to go. Laverde has to go. Davey has to go. Menzie has to go.
Yep.
And another one people probably be on iffy about because we kind of need the experience. Gresham has to go.
Yep. Agreed.
We've got so many small forwards coming in. Gresham and Alwyn Davey get replaced instantly.
Yep.
Instantly.
Great point. I don't think there would be one person, one Essendon supporter who could mount a case at this point for any of the players you just listed. No one. I don't see any Essendon supporter who would be not upset, but for the longevity and for the future of this list, I don't think there is anybody who can disagree, to be honest. So
The
yeah, I
reasons
think
why
you're
I
right on
mention
that.
those players is because of age. They're either giving up and they're dropping their heads. Laverde today, by the way, he gave up. He chucked a tantrum.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He didn't give a flying F about anything after he lost that first one. Even his kick off the side of his boot and it went out of bounds on the full and Darcy converted it. I'm sorry, but no, that can't happen. Davey, Menzie just can't get games.
yeah.
And if they're not going to get games, they're just taking up money. They're taking up list spots. That this could be players that actually could get games.
Yep. Agreed.
And that could actually get paid, and we could keep some money to get future people.
Yeah, agreed, Muzz.
You know what?
Completely agree. Clear it out. Clear it out, and let's see if we can build from the ground up, and then if not, in a couple of years we're going to know.
Tuesday when you hop on with everything Essendon. I was watching this weekend, going about what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And you know what?
At least we'll get some
Half the things-
happiness. That's gonna be a joyful. The theme of that show, Tuesday night, everyone, is joyful. This is where we express and get our demons out, and then we're bringing the happiness on the Tuesday night, all right?
I won't be here next week. I won't be here. I'm going out to an event. So good luck for
Okay.
next week, everyone.
Okay.
I'm
Good to
here
see you guys.
supporting, but I just won't be here next week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Can I come? I don't want to go next week either.
I'm going drinking, so if you guys want to come on.
Or maybe I'll meet you there. The after party at Muzz's party, all right? All right. Good
See you
night.
guys. Have a good night.
Bye. Jen, did the song get sung tonight on a positive at least? Oh, yes. Jen is referring to with the We Lose Every Week song that I likened this game to, that the English Soccer League do. I didn't hear it at the game. Did anybody else hear anybody start that chant? Because it was very apt tonight. Hey, Bardsley, I feel like if Redmond is having a go at Goldie, he should look inward a bit. His form hasn't been great since his contract year. You are right about that, and you have someone in agreement. Matthew, Redmond is always having a crack at teammates. He should look in the mirror. Yeah, generally, yes. Tonight, though, he did have a good game, but yes, generally. Hey, Richard, the fugitive flame runner ran quicker than anybody out there tonight. Yeah, painful. Hey, Jeremy. 1, Blackiston. 2, the game is over. 3, we don't play the Dogs again. Oh, there's your positives. Like it. Very good. Very good. Chris, trade Ridley to a contender. I'm just trying to think how painful that would be if he went to Geelong or Sydney or Brisbane and played another 200 games without getting an injury. I don't think my heart could handle that, and I definitely won't. You won't see the fan cams. Fan cams will die if that happens. So, Jordan Ridley, you're on notice. You could be the death of the fan cams. Dennis, how are you? Sammy Durham had a red hot goal as always. Yep, agreed. Hello, Jace.
Hey, how's it going? It's been a while.
It has been a while, but I'm happy to see your face. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. What can I say? Been pretty numb the last few weeks, to be honest. This has been a hell of a year, to be fair. Yeah, this is the first year I've just felt, I don't know, just not fun. It's just not fun. And yeah, it's concerning. It's really concerning, actually. Yeah.
They're sucking the joy out of football, aren't they?
Pretty much.
And that's the trouble here, because especially for families taking young kids, it's a generation. It's a whole generation that we could potentially be losing to other sports or, God forbid, other teams. They're jumping ship.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, tonight the 2000 team was there 25 years ago. How long is it going to take to even get close to that, or even, it just feels this year. I mean, yes, there's been injuries, but it just feels like we're further away. And yeah, I don't know. And then with Ridley going down again, it's like just Groundhog Day with some of those guys.
Yeah.
And I really think, and someone said it in the chat, I was reading, we need to start making some decisions on these guys. We can't keep going over this over and over and over, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, it's the definition of insanity, isn't it? Just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. This is what I feel like we're doing with Langford, Ridley and Parrish. Get them in 1 or 2, maybe 3 games if we're lucky, they go down. They go back out for, a 2-week hammy becomes a 7-week hammy. They come back, they get closer, they ramp up the loads. Oh, we go back into the rehab group. Like, it's just, Groundhog Day. It really is like I'm living the same day. What's that movie, Sliding Doors? I feel like I'm living the same day over and over again. You had a good look at the Freo game. You got down there. You're our WA resident there. How was that game? How did you see that live?
I really enjoyed Vigo, and I just expect him to play. I don't know why they're not playing him for the rest of the year. Like, what's there to gain playing Goldstein? I think he's done, to be fair. And is it harsh or not? It's my opinion. I just don't see any reason why you wouldn't be playing him. And I'm hoping he does now for the remaining 5 games. He was really, really good against Freo. That was his first game. It was worrying because he got hurt and he came back on. And it wasn't the Freo game was, there was some signs there, especially in the first half, and then the third quarter, just a little bit, Freo got on top again, and it was just kind of the same. And again, every time I've seen them live, it's just this kick back in defense, these little kicks to the side. And as you just said to, I think not the last person that was on, but the previous person, why aren't we just playing a simple game plan? Why are we playing complicated football with the team that we have? It does not make sense. And like you said, that comes down to the coaching. It's got to at this point.
Yeah, I can. If I'm playing devil's advocate, I can make a case, but maybe they want to, instill and trial this game plan. I don't know, and get good habits into them. But then you have to question if this is doing them any good. And I will say they could have gone with a two-man behind the ball and shut things down and stop the bleeding tonight. They didn't. They kept attacking and taking the game on, but our players just keep turning the ball over, and it was just rinse and repeat. Now, the coaches aren't at fault for that.
No, and it's funny, Brad Scott said that the last time they played the Bulldogs. He said that exact same thing. He's like, we didn't go into defense mode. But like you're kind of saying, and like I'm saying, is it teaching these young guys any good? Is them getting smashed like that week after? And Geelong's coming up. That's not going to be pretty either. Sydney next week in Sydney, I mean, maybe. But, even St Kilda and Carlton, we probably, like I said, I don't think they're going to win any more games, unfortunately. It's just, what's the point? I think just playing a simple game plan, taking the game on, taking some risks. Look at Richmond the last couple of weeks, especially against the Eagles last week over here. They just took the game on and ran, and that's how I think you should play as a young team. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time playing all this technical stuff. It doesn't make sense at this stage. Yeah,
because I just think some of the natural instincts of some of these players are getting thrashed because they're worrying about the system too much. So it's almost like I can see Archie Perkins' brain going a million miles an hour, and his confidence is this small because he's doing all the maths in his head. And then I'm watching Lual trying to know which player, if he can get to either contest, and his natural instinct is taking the back seat. And you can see when there's glimmers of him coming out with his natural instincts and playing in the moment that he actually is hitting targets, he's tackling, and he looks like a real player. But even Clark tonight looked a bit lost. And I think you're right. Just simplify.
Well, like you said, and it's just so sad to see Perkins the way he is. I just remember, I think I mentioned it last time I was on here. Remember his first year with the long hair, and he just looked such a player. And since then, I mean, year after year, he just seems to be digressing. He's getting worse. Confidence is down, clearly. I mean, confidence is down probably with a lot of them because they're losing games and, all these injuries as well. It's probably not a great sort of training. They're obviously not training probably properly because they're afraid to get more injuries and all that type of thing. But he just looks lost. And then there's another guy that didn't play tonight, Ben Hobbs, the same sort of deal the last few weeks before he got injured. Same deal. Gresham, same deal. It's just, it starts adding up. McGrath this year, I just felt especially the last probably since the bye, doesn't look good to me. Peter Wright's kind of digressed a little bit after a great start. We talked about that the last time.
So what would you do? What would you do with Perkins personally? Are you team just get rid of him at the end of the year, get him off our hands, or do you think that we persist and try and work him out?
I would persist. I think there's way more players on there that have given more chances that should go before him, in my opinion. I still see potential. I think he just needs to be played. Obviously, I think he just likes playing in the midfield, and we always keep playing him up forward or half forward. And then that's sort of thing. How are we going to fit him in when we have Durham playing there, Merritt, Cordwell, obviously, even Setterfield, who was pretty good, I reckon, before he got injured. It's just going to be one of those things, but I just think he's got more upside than probably a Hobbs, and I hate to say it, even Elijah's. I think those two might be on the way out. Yeah, to be fair. But
Yeah, so you're keeping Perkins, and you're happy to let Sardis and Hobber go. Yeah.
So Sardis are just they keep showing up in the VFL. Like I've watched on the app a few times to see some of the games. Just gets the ball about 40 times the VFL, comes in the AFL, and he just skill level is just not there. It's just not an AFL level, unfortunately. And Hobbs is kind of the same. I mean, love the grunt. I think he actually played really well, I think, against Freo. I remember I thought he looked pretty good. But again, hasn't got the skill level, and that's been the Bombers' probably problem for a long time, getting players that actually have a talent and skill level and know how to kick the ball. And you just look at some of these teams, like even Hawthorn last night, the Bulldogs, they've just got skillful players, and it just makes things so much easier. They make like the hard things look easy. We do the opposite, unfortunately, and it has been not just this year. We can blame injuries, but let's be honest, the last couple of years, the second half of the year, we've been fading out.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's a really, really good point. On Perkins, though, the fact that we probably know that he wants to play in the midfield. He wants to be their outside runner. But it shits me that he can't play elsewhere and give it his all. Like, just out of spite, I want to say don't put him in the midfield, because I want to see him say, I don't care where I am. I'm going to give it 110%. Like an Archie Roberts would, like a Kako would.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it comes down to that question. I mean, we're trying to Brad Scott's always talked about flexibility and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's sort of, there's a flip side to that too. Why don't we play these players in the positions that they prefer to play in? They might actually excel at. But I get your point as well. It's sort of, it's a double-edged sword in a way. But I can just see that he's just not in a happy place at the moment. He just looks lost, like a lot of the team, unfortunately. And that season can't come to an end quick enough, to be fair, unfortunately.
The good news is that we have the opportunity to bring in some A-class talent in the draft. So it's not like we
definitely.
have. It's not like we have, we're sitting in a spot where we're finishing down the bottom of the ladder, but we don't have our first round pick or anything. We're in a pretty good position.
Melbourne
in that regard.
Sort of down the bottom too, so that's going to help us if Melbourne keep losing.
Absolutely.
It's just when it sort of gets to a point, and I was talking to a friend about it, it's like, when does all this stuff work out? You know what I mean? Like, when does it finally happen? And it just seems to be like, the last couple of years we got kind of at the beginning of the year, we're like, oh, okay. This year it's been really from start to finish, because even round 2 Adelaide, we got belted up. Since then, we had a couple of wins, Port Adelaide, Sydney, just barely beat the Eagles of North. Think about if we didn't even win those games, we'd probably be much at the bottom. So it hasn't been a great year. And I've got a question for you. What do you think about Brad Scott and his coaching, and what do you want to see more of? And do you think he is the man to sort of take us to the next step?
A part of me, as we've said tonight, feels like for the crop that we have at the moment and the bare bones that we have, I feel like there could definitely be an element of simplifying the game plan and just playing to the players we have at our disposal right now to kind of stem some of the damage that's potentially being done with these huge losses. But I love the philosophy that he brings. I love the standards that he brings. I don't know if he's the best tactician there is available, so I'd love to see him go into a new year with an experienced coach like a Leon Cameron, that sort of coach by his side to guide him, or just to be that, because right now, a lot of the weight is on his shoulders. He doesn't have a very experienced, aside from Jen Syracuse, he doesn't have an overly experienced coaching group. Most of the line coaches are past players, young past players.
Hurley and
Hurley, Cloak. you know, and sorry, the forward, is it Cam Roberts, the forward coach? Yeah. So there's not a lot of experience there, not a lot of high accolades. They don't come with a lot of like, not awards, but a lot of background. Like, they haven't come from successful clubs or successful, you know, dynasties. So I would love to see Brad Scott with a really good, strong, experienced personnel around him. And then I judge. Then I want to judge, because I feel like he is a really good developer of young men. But I just feel like there's something missing. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, next year the heat will be on him, because obviously the media have sort of given him a bit of a backward seat because of the injuries, and obviously, you know, a few other teams that have been more heat on them, like Carlton. But next year there can't be any more excuses, isn't there? I think next year is a huge year for Brad Scott. It just has to be, and they have to get this performance coach, medical coach, whatever the title they're trying to name it. They need to get this one right. They can't afford to not get this one right. So I hope they're looking not just nationally, but internationally as well, to be honest, because
great point.
This is really important, and this is what makes football clubs and makes success, is the high performance. It's really important, especially at the way the game is now. It's just, it's nearly just as important as the head coach. Yeah,
I totally agree. There's no point getting A+ coaches if half the crayons are not in the box when it comes to them actually fulfilling the tactics and the game plan and etc. So that has to be the number one priority, outside of drafting some really quality talent into the club, and or trading quality talent into the club. So
on trading, like, another question just to ask you quickly. What do you think about some of these players that we've talked about, like the Langfords, the Ridleys, the Parishes? Are you looking yourself trading them, or like, what do you think? Can we persist with this, like, year after year of injury, disappointment? Like, what's your feeling on it?
Look, I think I don't think the club would be upset if they wanted to look for success elsewhere. And I personally I'm at a point now where I would have, middle of the year, I would have said absolutely no way am I putting Langford up for trade. But then we had the mid-season draft, and we got guys like May, who I see a future in there. And McMahon, I'm 100% decided on him yet, but
bit early.
He's coming close, but just not quite there yet. But then Langford keeps going down, and I'd be open to it, honestly. And I never thought I'd say that about Parish and Langford. Ridley's probably the one that I'd be holding on to for dear life, just because I cannot see him excel anywhere. It would kill me.
I understand what you're saying. I was the same as you with Langford beginning of the year, and even when I was excited when he was trying to come back after the injury, but then when he went down again, I'm like, it's almost like I'm done with this sort of relationship in a way, because it's just the same thing keeps happening. And same with Parish. Parish, I don't think is a huge loss. We've got, I think, plenty of other Caldwell's ahead of him now, Merritt, Durham. You put in, like, say, you know, who we're going to keep, maybe Perkins, maybe, you know, if we keep Hobbs, Elijah's, we'll see what happens with all that. You know, as well as a few other up-and-coming players. So Parish, I think, should have been probably gone last year, to be fair. I just don't see any reason why we're keeping him around. And like with Ridley, I agree. Like, just when he does come, like when last week and the week before that, he's just got natural ability, and it's just this every time after 2 or 3 weeks he just gets injured. And it's the same. I mean, we're not even talking about him, but Zach Reed, he needs to get himself right. This is what I was saying. It just comes down to how important this decision about getting the right guy for the high performance and the medical, because otherwise we're going to either lose these guys, and like you said, Ridley, Reed, they could go to other clubs and turn into premiership players like Joe Danaher, and that still hurts to this day when Joe Danaher was like dominating that grand final.
And never got an injury at Brisbane, so never forget that part. And that says a lot. That says a hell of a lot. So it's going to be an interesting trade / off season. And I think there's shit is going to be shaken up. Let's just put it simply. So thanks so much, Jace, for joining us. I don't think there's any more WA footy this year, and not too much left to go, thank God. So hang in there.
I'll see you next time, guys. Enjoy your
Wonderful.
night. Go Bombers.
Thanks, Jace. See ya. Bye. Hello, legend.
Hello, how are you, Fiona?
Oh, look, I was really flat about 10 minutes before this, and I was like, maybe I'll just go for a sleep instead and just can this fan cans. But now I've pepped up. How are you doing?
You know what, I'm all right. I'm not vibing with the game, but I think my night overall was pretty pleasant, which was good.
Okay, is that why was your night so pleasant?
Oh no, I watched. My sister's a Bulldogs fan, so we kind of just by halftime I was barely watching the game. I was just chatting with her pretty much.
Okay.
So it was an enjoyable Friday night with a pretty dull backdrop.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. And I suppose you're consuming yourself with you're keeping yourself balanced by consuming yourself with happiness and potential kids who are going to live out their dream in the next, few months. So you've got a really good balance in life at the moment.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's like a good thing to hold out hope for. Like it's fun, that side of footy. This side of footy, not so much. What's going on with Essendon now, but
what are you doing? Like, are you employed? Do you want to go sit next to Brad Scott and in the coaching
no
room?
No, I do not. I do not want to be there. Hey, you know what? Because I'm watching on. You probably wouldn't have seen it. He looked so frustrated tonight.
Oh, really?
I think it was probably the most frustrated he's looked. I haven't seen the press conference, but he was not having a fun night, Brad Scott.
Oh, yeah, you got to feel like you do all this planning during the week. You tell them what to expect. You tell them what's coming, and you just see them, and they're turning over a ball. They're turning over an easy handball. They're handballing to the opposition with no pressure, and you're thinking, how can he do anything to that?
Yeah, a lot of it's out of his control, but there's a lot that he can control as well, I think. So he's
all right. Tell me what he can control. Yep, tell me what he can control.
I mean, it's tough. I think I've been listening to you guys talk about like simplifying the game plan, and I don't know. I don't know where I sit on that.
All right, well, tell me pros and cons.
Well, I think short-term pros that in the scoreboard will look a bit better. I think, and we'll probably play more attractive footy like now. But I don't know, is that just going to, what would you get out of the few weeks that you lose fairly badly, but not as badly as you would lose if you were, taking the game on more and trying to establish like a game plan for the future. So I don't know. It's a tough one. It can't be good for morale though, like going down by 90 points every few weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so if he doesn't simplify the game plan, what's the alternative? What can he do?
Not a lot. Like... What can you do? It is just like it's pretty tough. Like, the Dogs are just they're so good against bad teams.
Yeah.
And I knew this was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to. I figured it would be around that 100-point mark, but maybe not tipping over. I think in my video I tipped them by 70. So I was being nice. Yeah, there's not a lot you can really do as a coach if you're going to try and take the game on. So I guess it's either doing what he's doing now or just stripping it back and going back to basics while we wait for players to come back from injury. But is that the best thing to do? I don't know.
So what's the problem? Is this game plan just too overcomplicated? Is he trying to achieve something that is unachievable with this particular group of players? What is it?
Yeah, it would be that. Like you can tell that there are some like just lost kids out there. Like I love Lamont Lual's intent,
Yep.
he just looks so lost. And the wing is such an important position to know what you're doing in. That's why
Yeah.
Xavier Dersma going down and seeing, Lual on one side who's played 5 games, Sard on the other who's played 5 games. Like, it was just going to be brutal in transition.
Disaster. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's tough because you want these kids to be learning quickly, and that's what they're in the team to be doing. And you can tell that it's working with a few of them. Like, I feel like, even though he's not playing great footy, I can just tell that Angus Clark fits into what Scott's building. But
Tell me why.
But yeah.
What attributes is he showing that some of us might be missing that makes you say that?
Angus Clark.
Yeah.
I just think the way, even him on the wing, just the way he is able to, like, hold width when he's not around the footy, like, and you kind of need him in defence because there's not as many numbers back there. But it's kind of the stuff he does off the ball that I really like, and his work ethic to get up and back. I haven't seen his kilometers from this game, but I'd assume they'd be just as high as they were the last few weeks. Like, he's been busting his gut last few weeks, Angus Clark, and that's just, you can tell Scott likes those runners. But no, I think it's tough when you've got, like, just a bunch of guys who aren't really ready to play AFL footy being asked to play a brand footy that is, it'll stack up in the future, or that's what Scott thinks. But now it just does look pretty rough watching them out there.
Yeah, I was thinking tonight, I was trying to put my devil's advocate hat on and trying to think, because my logic tells me there's no way this game plan can be cohesive and, and actually work. And he can't be seeing what he wants to be seeing without the core group of players who he built the game plan for around. And then I think of the argument that shouldn't this be, I think Craig McRae said this, but shouldn't this be a one in, one out policy that everyone is on the same page, that if a player goes down, another player can come back in and play the role because the game plan is the same, the system is the same, the standards are the same? Or is that just too much to ask given that we have 17 injuries?
Yeah, I mean, even Collingwood last year didn't have an injury list to this extent, and they missed finals. They were nowhere near their best. I think if we have a fully fit team, we're probably not bad at footy. I think we're, around that 12th to maybe like 8th range on the ladder. Like, we're not a good team, but we can actually contend in games with some good teams. But when you've got, like, Ruckman playing in key defence and two, like, less than 10 gamers on each wing and a forward line full of mid-season draftees, there isn't really a game plan that's going to, like, properly stack up, I don't think. I think there's going to be a lot more games like this to end the year where it's just proper ugly, like, really bad.
All right. So lean into the ugliness, you're saying, instead of stemming the bleeding?
Yeah, I think so, because at least you're trying to teach these kids, the game plan that they want to be playing in the future. Whereas if you just stem the bleeding, you're still going to lose by 50, 60 points every week. I think, you're at least teaching, and these lessons, like, it could be Lual getting completely lost and embarrassed, and that is something he's going to have in the back of his mind, next time he's in that situation, for the specific game plan. So I think lean into the ugliness and just let it happen. Yeah. But I get both sides of the argument because it's not fun to watch.
No, it is. I mean, it feels like it's ripping pieces of my soul away. So I can only imagine what they're feeling. My question for you: have you seen enough of McMahon to give him a 6-month to give him an extension contract, and also Oscar Smart? Blackiston, I think, is a foregone conclusion. I'm giving him an extension.
Yeah,
from what
I like
I've seen.
Blackiston.
But I'm unsure about the other two. I want to get your take.
Yeah, so am I. I think both of them will probably be kept till after the trade period, like uncontracted. Like in limbo. Yeah. Because if you're gonna, I guess if you're gonna sign McMahon now and then Kyle Langford and decides to stay, and everyone Draper decides to stay, that forward line is really cluttered. Same with Oscar Smart. If you sign Smart now and then you can't find a trade for like a Gresham or something, then it just I think those two players will be left in limbo a little bit. Right. Smart, it's tough. He's only been here a few weeks, so it's tough to like fit in. And you look at guys like Menzies who have shown more than smart. But yeah, I don't know. I think McMahon is one that I'm keeping an eye on because like he just kicks goals. You can just he's just bankable in the forward line. He's not like
Yeah.
flashy or anything, but he's just kind of reliable there, and I like that. Oscar Smart, I probably need to see a bit more.
Yep. I personally feel like I have to see a bit more of both of them, but I
Yeah.
also think, you know, the sky is not going to be as high for a McMahon as it is for
Yeah.
a Caddy. He's going to be just that
Yeah.
reliable. You're going to get what you get, probably 2 goals a game, as you say, nothing showy, nothing spectacular. He's going to be predictable completely to his teammates. And you would probably need that when you've got a Caddy in the forward line because he's
Yeah.
completely unpredictable to opposition and teammates. So I
Yeah.
think a nice, healthy balance could be good. But the question is, can we also play May down there if McMahon is there, or is it a 1 in, 1 out in terms of those two?
Yeah, I think while our forward line is so dysfunctional, it is like I think if we kept May in, it would have been proper chaos in there.
Yeah,
And I get it's another marking target, but like I feel like you watch May even with Caddy, they do get
yeah,
in each other's way a bit, and that's just May being so fresh to the club. I can't imagine what it would be like with McMahon there as well. So I think
yeah.
it probably 1 in, 1 out.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, we'll talk a bit more about this. And if you haven't heard everybody here at the moment, Felix and I are going to be doing a show Tuesday night to talk about all our draft hopefuls. We'll do a top 5, top 6 players that we think Essendon should tackle. And we'll talk about our priorities and everything else and a lot more other things. But from my investigation so far, I don't believe we're going for like a forward or anything like that in the draft. So, having McMahon there as depth, that's
Yeah.
presuming he doesn't get picked up or get, picked up or have an opportunity elsewhere, might not be a bad option as well.
Yeah. And I guess it depends on what happens with Langford. Like if Langford decides to leave, there'd be no reason to get rid of McMahon too.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. I think I like Oscar Smart, what I've seen. I think he could be, again, good depth. But, I think that's presuming that Davey, Gresham and Menzies are all going to be not signed on again. Is Gresham still in contract for next year? So would he
He's
have to be
contracted
traded?
he'd have to be traded. That's the only annoying thing because, like, who's going to come for Gresham? As a free agent, like, I don't even hate on the
Nobody's
move
coming
that
for
much
Gresham.
because, like, I get free agency because you don't have to pay anything for him, but bloody, like, his trade value is completely gone. And he's getting a lot of money too. He's getting a lot of money.
This is that probably looked like a really good. It was looking good there for a while. This is what
It was,
hurt.
yeah. No,
Is
he was
Gresham
good
a
to
better
start.
player though? Is Gresham getting found out right now because we're so bad? Is he better when we have our full cohort and he's just playing a simple role? He's good for 2 or 3 goals a game because ultimately it's not necessarily each individual person. It's how they're working as a collective.
Mm.
Or is that being too kind to him?
I think it's been too kind. I'm thinking back to like even St Kilda, like he'd be on 1 week and then the next week he'd be nowhere. And like I've got a mate who goes to St Kilda, and
They tried to warn us, didn't they?
yeah. He was laughing at that trade, getting that compensation for Gresham. So yeah, I think he's just. Well, he's talented, and at his best, he's genuinely like game breaking. I
Yep.
like that, but he's
Yep.
just not at his best a lot, is he?
No, he's not. And you kind of don't want those fair weather players who only play well
Yeah.
when the team's going well. You kind of don't want them. You don't want to make a habit of having those teams. That's not a good precedent to set, I guess.
No.
All right, before I let you go, Felix, Isaac has a question for you. If we should lean into it, shouldn't Brad also not be throwing 2 to 3 people behind the ball? So late in games, I think he threw Guelphy behind the ball tonight, I believe, later in the game. I think once it was quite obvious that Bailey Dale wasn't having over 1,000 kilometres gained, Guelphy went back. So if we're leaning into the game style and the game plan, should Brad, cease from actually stemming a bit of the flow late?
Yeah, that's something that lots of teams do. Even good teams will throw players behind the ball, and it's
Okay.
another way to build your ball movement a bit too.
Okay.
Like not with Guelphy. I don't think he's going to be like a link in a chain, but
No.
it's a way to defend while also attacking because you can have more numbers like around the footy. I don't mind that as much. It was more the ball movement side of things that, which has improved a bit. And that's probably what's hurting us a lot on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
But like
and correct me if I'm wrong. It's more the encouraging them not to do the backwards and sideways kick. It's more encouraging them to take that courageous, dangerous kick. And it's just at the moment we're not making those kicks and we're not making the right decisions. So it's more of that, isn't it?
And you can see why that game plan would stack up if we had good ball users and teammates who are actually connected and have been on a team with each other for longer than like 6 months or a year, whatever it is. So I think the way I don't mind numbers behind the ball because it's a way to defend and also like bring every people into the game. And also I think tonight it was really important because we were down our best key defender, so we had Jaden Laverty, who's undersized, and a ruckman in Blackiston. That was all we had in the air, pretty much. Actually, I saw Pryor at the end positioned on Sam Darcy, which was hilarious. It was, I reckon, it was probably like that much. And his arms are like, I don't know how someone's arms can be that long. Sam Darcy needs to chill out. He's too good at footy,
unnatural. It's almost unnatural. He's the true unicorn.
I love watching him play, but not against Essendon.
I mean, I'd love to see. I just love to see the Zach Reid Sam Darcy battle. Can we please just get that? Because that would be something to see. Because they both got the same length arms almost.
Yeah, and Reid is good. He's just injured all the time.
Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm holding out. I don't know about you, but talking about messiahs, I'm holding out hope on the surgery. The surgery is my messiah right now, the hamstring surgery to Zach Reid, because I tell you what, he's just the most important commodity going into 2026 for mine. I really think it really rests. I mean, Caddy and him are just our precious commodities, and we need them both out there.
Yeah, even late in the game, Caddy, I think he was winded or something, but he was down on the ground for like a second, and I was absolutely shitting myself. Like, that's the one player. If he goes down, I reckon I'm just quitting the sport forever.
Yeah, I'm packing it in like it's Ridley almost did that to me.
That's done.
yeah,
bloody Ridley.
It's they're really testing our resilience. Talking about players building resilience, what about us? We can do anything now. We can take on anything, Essendon supporters.
But at least we're learning. It's a learning season. Us fans, I don't know how much we're learning, but we are.
At least for you and I, we'll get some happiness Tuesday night, and everybody else who joins us. So thank you so much, Felix. I will see you Tuesday night for a great old chat about some very talented young kids. But thanks for jumping on.
Awesome. See you Tuesday.
See you, Felix. Bye. Hello, Sammy.
Hello.
How are you?
That was interesting.
Look at you and your little setup here. Your little is this your little sports hub?
So, pretty much, it's just my room, to be honest with you. So, got Melbourne City stuff there, and then just the rest of it's just like full of Essendon stuff. So,
I love it. How'd you see? Welcome to your debut on Bomber Banter.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
No
how'd you see the game? Talk to me.
Look, it was interesting. It was very interesting. I recently just got back, like maybe 15 minutes ago, but yeah, that was something else. Like
painful.
Honestly, well, I was sitting in the cheer squad, and I'm sitting like near I'm trying to think, like where they hold like the target up, like behind the goal.
Yes,
I do. There. I was sitting near there, and I'm like, we're just talking to everyone because we weren't honestly like bothered with that because, what we showed in the first quarter was honestly horrific. I thought Liam McMahon was probably our standout in the first quarter, but it just went to.
I guess when you're that close in the cheer squad, you can really tell at what level the effort is. And in that first quarter, it would have been really, really dire.
Honestly, I had to get my mate to come in the ground, and I'm like just watching on the TV, and I'm like, mate, what is Laverde doing? Like, I'm not trying to be like rude or anything, but there was so many mistakes that we did in that first quarter, which honestly let us down. Because you're letting 6 goals to 1 in the first quarter. Like they're kicking 7 or 6 goals or something. But we didn't let that happen for a couple of weeks, right? But now back of the year, we're gonna let 7 goals a week in the first quarter every week. Like honestly, it's pathetic.
Yeah, there's no ability to stem the bleeding. You know, the momentum. There's just no ability to.
It hurts so much. Like I don't know. I've been through so much this year with this football club. Went to Brisbane.
Did you?
For the boys? Was going to go to opening round with the boys this year as well, but that didn't happen. I stayed in Sydney. Going to Sydney next week.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, good on you, Sammy. I really applaud
Seriously,
you, and I feel the pain and the exhaustion. It's exhausting.
Like all my mates are taking the piss at me because I go for Essendon. And it's like, mate, one of them goes for Sydney. Like, honestly, like most of my mates go for like the Saints, Melbourne, all that, and I'm like, oh come on.
They can't talk.
Exactly, mate. What can we do with 25 injuries? Like seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, it's.
But also St Kilda, like your St Kilda mate shouldn't be getting too lippy.
He's been doing that for ages.
Oh, really? I
went to the Saints game with him last year where we lost by 55, I think it was.
Yep.
It was just constant bickering, like, all game. And it's just like, mate, come on.
Maybe I can handle it from the Sydney supporter because they actually...
I'll see how it goes next week. I'll be probably back on here next week in Sydney being like, what have I put myself through?
Please do.
I will come back. I will.
This is what it's here for. It's here for you to vent. And so what's the vibe like? What's the vibe like in the cheer squad, Sammy?
Oh, yeah, it's all right. I've sat there a few times, but I went with my dad last week.
Mm-hmm.
We were sitting on the fence, like the row A, like 40, 43, I think it was. And me and dad were like, what is this? Because it's been 2 weeks now where we've honestly lost by 50 points, like both games. And it's just like, come on. Like, even the Geelong game, I was sitting close to the cheer squad for that. And it's just like, what do we do now?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we're so far behind, I get that it's hard to cheer, but the point of the cheer squad is to, you know, actually keep them upbeat.
Yeah.
Try at least.
Not many were in there tonight, I'll be honest.
It looked empty. I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Free seats everywhere. And I'm like, what? Are these people not rocking up or are they just saying that are we that bad?
Yeah, that's concerning. That's really concerning because, I'm pretty sure it's a Essendon, like the club actually organises it. So essentially they should be, you know, it should be a full group.
Yeah, before the game, I was down near the race. I met Blackers for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Met Le Mans, so that was pretty good.
Good.
But, yeah, honestly, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. Like, I just feel so flat.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
This year has really proven to me that being an Essendon fan actually hurts me.
Yeah,
like,
and we choose it.
Like, honestly, I've posted a few times on my Instagram saying this club actually hurts me. Because it's honestly getting to a point where it's like, do I really want to go to the game and be an honest fan here? Or do I just want to stay at home and just chill? Because that's honestly me at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I'm generally sick of it.
Yeah, my motivation is decreasing. I'm not going to lie. I shouldn't say this given that I'm running this channel, but my motivation for the group and to get to games at the moment, I had to drag myself there tonight.
That's been me the last couple of weeks. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's not because I was expecting a 90-point loss. It's because the way they play the game, the way the skill errors and the decision making, it's exhausting. It's
but the
just
thing
exhausting.
is, we just can't blame it on one player though. It's a group perspective here. Like, look, you have Michael Hurley and Travis Cloak running orders from Brad, and it's just like, what are we going to do? We chuck players behind the ball. We do nothing inside 50. All we do is just bomb it down the line, and it's just like, what is this has this been the game plan for the past year?
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
as a good friend Tom says, it's bomb or bust. They bomb it or bust. That's what it is. They
honestly,
overpossess the ball, so they'll do 2 handballs too many.
Yeah, the handball.
And then they'll get themselves in a stuck, and then they'll just bomb it.
Yeah, and then in the kicking from fullback, go down one pocket, then cross it back into the other, and it's just like, seriously, you're meant to go forward. What are you meant to do? What? Honestly.
So you were in the cheer squad. How did you see the ground set up from the forwards' perspective? Was the forward set up better? Because I feel like it was even if just marginally, I thought it was a little bit better tonight than it was last week.
I thought it was better. I did think it was better than last week, to be honest with you. Good. I thought McMahon has to stay in.
Yep.
I was saying to a few people, even Dad yesterday, I was like, last week, I was like, he has to stay in.
Yep.
I feel bad for Oscar because he's played 2 games now and he still hasn't kicked a goal.
Oh.
And I know Oscar pretty well through like the VFL because I was speaking to him a few times on like Instagram and stuff. So I do feel bad for not him kicking a goal.
He had his chances tonight, Sammy.
Yeah, he can't kick. I'm sorry to say.
What?
I have to say he can't kick.
He needs to do it on the run, I reckon. Like he's better when it's like a dribble kick or on the run.
Yeah. I feel like he's the same. Could you consider that he's sort of the same player as Isaac Hacker? Or would you say he's like a different player?
No, I see very similar traits.
That's how I'm seeing Oscar at the moment. He's that little crafty small forward.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like the same aspects of like Haker's game and stuff. But the way I see Oscar, he's that small forward that we've needed for a while. Yeah. But he just needs to take more opportunities inside 50.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He's certainly had. I don't know about his kicking technique. No. I mean, it looked a bit odd.
Goes anywhere. I was talking to a few people tonight. It literally goes anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. It was very questionable. And then you got McMahon, who's just got the most pure,
he has to stay.
Traditional.
Right, if you're watching this, please sign him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to make a petition, but just the most pure, reliable. I
feel like when Peter's out of form, like he's been shown in the last couple of weeks, I feel like you needed a forward to step in. Look, we've got Archer May as well, but the thing is, he got dropped this week, so it was just like, what do we do? But look, Liam McMahon, I honestly reckon just give him rest of the year to play and see how he goes. That's how I'd say it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great depth player at worst.
Yeah, I do as well.
So, at worst.
But he's just, for me, I've seen him at the VFL the last couple of weeks. He's too good for the VFL.
Yeah, okay. Well, then,
I think we
persist. I think we persist. I think he's got smarts. As Felix was saying, he's not flashy, but maybe we don't need flash. Maybe we just need
He's really good in the contestedly. He's a great contested mark. So,
yeah. Okay.
I like that aspect of the game.
Yep.
He reminds me of Peter Wright a little bit, with like the packs and like how he leads for the footy. But I don't know. He's such a good kick. He's so reliable as well.
Yeah, let's hope we don't beat it out of him and he doesn't turn.
Please.
He doesn't turn.
But honestly, if that happens,
I mean, then the toxicity truly is at the hanger. Are you gonna check out the VFL tomorrow, Sammy?
No. I'm just gonna chill at home, to be honest. Just rethink my life choices at this moment.
Yeah, you too. Me too. I started a channel. Why don't I do this?
Exactly.
Rethink. I mean, it's streaming. You can stream it online as well.
Yeah.
I think it's at 12 o'clock, I believe. But, I mean, someone said, do you want to go to the VFL? And I said, do we have anybody playing in the VFL left?
Yeah.
Like, aren't they just in the
I don't know the team. I know a few players, but now it's just like, who do we have left?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be keen to know if anybody in the chat or anybody watching here tonight to give me a report on if the 3 left for the 3 debutantes who are potential debutantes left go. So how Unwin, Nguyen and Gerine look, if they look like they could potentially get.
Who do you reckon debuts first? Kale Giron, Reece Unwin, or what's his name? Think
Jaden Nguyen.
Yes, Jaden Nguyen. Yes.
Given
who would you want to debut first?
Given that Unwin was a an emergency a few weeks back, I reckon he'd be the closest.
Do you reckon he's closest? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you think? Who do you want to see?
Oh, I was going to say Cale Gearin, I wouldn't say drop him for Goldie or anything, but I wouldn't. No, for me, I would like to see Jaden Ewing get a run out.
Yes.
I would love to see Jaden get a run. Because I
apparently
watched him at
he's really good.
Watched him at Box Hill a couple of weeks ago, the night we played Richmond, before that disaster of a game. Yeah, watched him. I thought he was really good, but he came off. He got subbed out. Well, he pretty much got taken off like early, and I was just like, he's not. He didn't say he was injured or anything, but it was just like, nah, I'm just got subbed out because I thought that was leaning into a debut or something, but turns out
I think he's tank because he came back from injury only a few weeks back.
I forgot about that.
I think his tank is just not quite at that level. So that would be the only thing stopping him for a debut.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Muzzy is giving you a shout out here. He says, "G'day, Sammy.
Yes,
good to see
Muzzy,
you."
hello, mate.
Hello. Also, Noel saying great debut. Yes.
Appreciate it.
Here we go. Dynamic Hypnotic, also #1 hairstyle on the fan cam so far.
Yes,
you're getting the love, Sammy.
Yes,
you're getting the love.
Love you all. Love you all.
Also giving you some love as well, all the way from Philippines. Yep. All right, so you're going up to Sydney. Well, are you making a couple of days of it? You're not coming home on the red eye, are you?
No, I'm coming home Sunday morning. So because I've got friends in Sydney.
Beautiful.
We're taking a couple NRL friends to their first ever game, so that's going to be quite interesting. And then I'm going with one of my Swans fans who went tonight, actually. And yeah, he literally messaged me, "Oh, Bright, Essendon are winning next week," and I'm like, that has to be an absolute piss take, yo.
That's mind games. Mind games. Don't give in.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Don't give in.
No way. No way.
Don't give in to the mind game, Sammy. That's what they say.
I just don't know how. I as I said tonight to a few people, I'm not watching Essendon sober next week. There's no way. There is
here we
no
go.
way.
Richard's got some advice for you. Go to the Rocks, Sammy, and get drunk.
Oh, mate, I'm not watching Essendon sober. So that's probably going to happen. I will.
Maybe I think that's the way forward. I'm going to be honest.
Honestly they've got a few good pubs near the ground. I'll admit that because I went there for Sydney Carlton a couple. When was it? In May, I think it was, and then went to opening round, and then was there for opening round. So,
what do you think of the ground?
I enjoy it, but because where I was sitting. So you know where? Okay, so you have not the Suns. What am I saying? The Swans cheer squad, like this side, right?
Yep.
Like where they normally are. I was on that wing, on like that side of the ground, because where I was sitting, it goes uphill a little bit.
It does,
like
it does.
In the middle of the ground, it's just like, how does this happen? But yeah, I haven't sat anywhere else apart. Well, no, I have. I sat on like level 2, in opening round with my Swans mate, obviously. But yeah, I actually really enjoy it. It's really unique. That's what I will say.
Okay. Yeah, it is a vibe. It is a bit of a vibe there, and they get up and about there, the old Swanee cohort.
And watch them beat us by 60 points. So
at least they'll have fun. And Moby says, well, at least there'll be one bloke at the SCG who knows something about footy. That's you, Sammy. Pissed even. Yep, absolutely.
Oh, mate, I'm not watching Essendon sober. No way.
I think you've just summed up the way forward, Sammy. Well done on your Bomber Banter debut. You were chef's kiss. Thank you for joining. You're absolutely elite. Have fun in Sydney, and I might see you for the drunk fan cams next week, all right?
No, we'll see. We'll see. I probably will get on, though. I'll be in the chat, so.
Feel free. Yeah, please do. You're always welcome here. Take care, Sammy.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
Appreciate
Bye.
it.
How good was he? Oh, all right. I'm continuing my streak. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Sammy. Had one newbie every single week on the fan cam since the inception. Very proud. Charlie, how are you talking about legends. You are one. Jaden, you went first. This man would know. He watches it all. This man would also know Julian, another legend, what Charlie said. Yep. Jaden Ewan, even if you make him sub or you sub him out, you have to sub him out because his tank's not quite there. I would love to see him. Somebody said, I think somebody was just summing him up for us. Okay. Pommy, one of my favourite people in the entire world. Great fan cam, Sammy. There you go. Absolute pleasure, Sammy. You were great. This is Murray Gresham out and UN in. Is he that small hybrid forward, small buzzy forward, is he? Is he into the midfield? Potentially? Hey, Foss Jam. Question for Bomber fans. If Draper leaves and with Brian coming back from a knee reco, who is the number one ruck in the round next year? Surely Goldie is reserve backup and Vizentini is a kid. So if Draper leaves and Brian coming back from... Yeah, it's risky, isn't it? From tonight, I think Goldstein has had a wonderful innings, but I think, thank you, ruck coach, wonderful, but he cannot be on the list as a player. But I'll add to this, Foz Jam. We also have Blackiston, who I forgive you for forgetting, but he is actually a ruck. But I think he's been out of Solution, I think, said this. He's been out of position all his life because he is being absolutely incredible as a backman. So let's say Draper's gone. That leaves Brian and Vizentini. But now I'm scarred from all our ruckmen getting injured this year. So what if those two get injured? Is it just Blackiston or bust? Moby says, and 2 meter Peter. But what if they get injured? I'm scared. I'm scarred now. This year has really done a number on me. Bomber Fanatic Pete, how are you, Pete? We beat Sydney early this year, just saying, we did too, didn't we, at Marvel? That was a good game, except for the last quarter when we fell asleep and thought that football only goes for 3 quarters. What else is happening, chat? I haven't been very attentive to you, have I? Zach Merritt. Oh, we have a taker for Gresham. We probably don't need much. Maybe we just need to get some picks. Picks for our NGAs. Points, you know what I mean. Jono, how are you, Jono? Gresham was bog average last year. I think he's the type of player who goes under the radar. His deficiencies go under the radar when he's playing in a good team, but he gets exposed really quickly when the team's not doing well. And that's not a good trait to possess. So, Cohander, Felix is either a lazy bug or he's going early on the Christmas decorations. I didn't even notice, to be honest. I was too in awe of Felix and everything he brings. Did he have Christmas decorations up? Could we field Varco? Yeah. He's in the Indigenous department, I think, for us at Essendon. Would be able to do with him, wouldn't we? Could be rookie listed. Talking about McMahon? I think so. That's an interesting, I think in energy and in temperament, I think that's a great comparison. Ben Brown, very unassuming, just goes back, no muss, no fuss kind of player. And McMahon is definitely that. Yep, the no showy, good technique. Thank God he doesn't take 3,000 kilometres for his run up. That's probably the only distance, right? Am I right? Craig, how are you, Craig? Felix speaking the common sense, as always. You think Brad is trying to get us playing the way he wants despite the personnel, but the injuries and lack of cohesion haven't helped. Yeah. Chris, if North beat Richmond and St Kilda, Richmond beat St Kilda, then St Kilda beat us, we will be 17th. Yes, don the tank. I'm here for the tank. If this is what it's come to, then Dodd the take. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Thanks for coming back here. Still lack leadership on and off the field, regardless of the injuries. That can't keep carrying the load. Absolutely agree. As I think our number one priority should be good ball users and decision makers, but I think leadership qualities has to be another absolute non-negotiable trade and / draft, because our lack of leadership is telling. Hey, Darren, you just got home. Result was expected. You're not disappointed. The kid's really starting to look tired. That's what I think it is. I can't even enjoy the kids because I'm also almost cringing and feeling a bit uncomfortable. I mean, Clark just looks gassed. He is very good and he's going to be great, but he looks gassed. Bomber Boy, I think we will try and get a ruck in free agency or trade. Who do you have in mind, Bomber Boy? Hey, Yarra Ward. Brad Scott ain't a good enough coach for you guys. Possibly. Yarra, fancy seeing you here, brother. You two behave, please. Alrighty, close us out, Noel.
Remember the tank? That was a little dance. Remember that? We lose every week. We're nothing special. Yeah. We lose every week. It used to be that North Melbourne bloke, Petrie. Whenever he kicked a goal, he did a tank dance.
Yes, Frank the Tank. Yep.
We're tanking.
Yep.
Oh, man. 8 goals from free kicks. So we had an extra player out in the field we had to contend with.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating. But we've only got a few more games to go. We just go with it.
Everyone said that tonight. I can't believe that's where we are.
Just beat Carlton, please. If you're going to do anything for us, Essendon, please beat Carlton. That's all I want. I'll have a happy year watching the girls play once the season's over. You've got beat freaking Carlton, please. And then lose the airline ticket to the Gold Coast. Oh, shit, we're sorry we didn't make it. Sorry, AFL, we screwed you around. Sorry. Yeah. Well, we didn't get beaten by 100 points. Let's look at it positive. We didn't get beaten by 100 points. And they didn't beat us by as much as they did last time, and they had a different team. Because Darcy didn't play last time.
No, he didn't. Yep.
So they had a slightly different team. But if Norton's the most overrated forward in the competition, so we played terrible. He is... he's not great, but they've beaten nobody above them. They've beaten everybody in the bottom 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, that song is appropriate. We lose every week because you're playing crap. You played the VFL team. Congratulations. Hope you feel good about yourselves. Yeah. And also we did beat the Swans, but we beat the Swans without Eric Goulden and Papley last time.
Yes, true. Yep, very true. And not in Sydney.
And not and we beat them over here. But we haven't won since round 11. Isn't it round 11?
And I think more than half of the debutants haven't had a win.
Yeah, they played 8 games now without a win.
Yeah.
So that's that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see us. I know we're tanking, and they're staffed, and there's nothing we can do much about it. But we really hope that they'll get at least one win for the end of the year. Beating St Kilda would be good too. But
we only want one more, so you can't have both. Pick one.
No, exactly. I mean, it'd be nice to get 2, but that's living the dream, isn't it? Living the dream.
But also, we don't want to jump too high. At this point, we've suffered enough. We best get a good draft pick while we're down here. So let's not undo all that pain.
Yeah, no, it was interesting because I had a few Footscray people sitting. I don't know how the Footscray people get into the Essendon members area. I don't know how that works, but we had quite a few there. And I was giving them plenty. Don't you over there? I was trying to get the song going, but no one else was going to sing it with me. I was trying to get the song going, but had a few people laughing. I said, laughing along. But a bit disappointing. But then again, went there with no expectation. There was a punch on the tram. That was good fun.
What?
Got on the tram. These 2 guys were having to go at each other. They went from the football. There was something else going on before that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to shove one guy out the door, and then they're shoving the other guy.
Don't get involved. Why are you getting involved, Noel?
Well, he's right next to me. He's pushing up against me, so I just shoved him out of the way. And anyway, in the end, Essendon supporter, mate, I've lost the game. I'm not in a happy mood. Don't fuck with me today, buddy. I can tell you right now. So anyway, we chucked him out, and the cops eventually turned up and gathered him up. But it was quite funny. But there were some kids on the tram, and I was making them laugh, and I was telling the parents, it's good you're giving your kids resilience, teaching them about you can't win every week, and they'll be tough, hardened kids by the time they get old enough to understand what losing at the football means. And I was telling them, you wash your eye. Look at this. Okay.
What the hell did I just watch you do?
Washing my eye. It looks like I took my eye out, but it didn't. But,
Okay.
Yeah, it got the kids laugh. The kids thought it was funny.
Oh, okay, righto. Yeah.
The kids were laughing at him. Yeah. Well, look. I look forward to seeing what happens. I don't think any of those kids that you mentioned, Ewan or any of them, will probably get a game.
Okay.
They're not. I don't think they will because.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the chat. You're killing me, chat. Thank you. Yep. Continue, Noel. Continue.
I remember him, maybe. Yes, Deadly Ernest. That's something you wouldn't remember. He used to do introduce horror films. Back,
no, they're just losing the plot at this point.
Oh.
I'm loving it, chat. Continue, Noel. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's all right. The umpiring was. We knew straight away when Norton got that first free kick that this game's over. Forget about it. The bookies won. The bookies win every time they don't pay free kicks to defenders unless they're Bulldog ones. I don't know how Peter Wright didn't get that free kick for chopping the arms when they were doing it to Laverde all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing against Laverde every single time we went for a mark.
Exactly.
And what was that one where the guy fell over him?
A gift.
And then there's then Durham. He gets tackled 3 times, breaks the tackle, gets through, pushes lying on the ground, tapping the ball out, knocks it on, taps the ball out, picked it up once, grabbed, whistle, bang, holding the ball. Well, where's the effort? He put 3 efforts in to get the ball out, and you're going to go, we're going to play the free kick now.
That was a wonderful reenactment.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, I like the female umpire. We should have her every week. She's probably one of the better ones. Ellie, I think her name is.
Eleni.
She's one of the better ones that I've seen. She's usually pretty easygoing and even tempered with her decisions. But I make the joke that most umpires are bachelors because they can't make a decision. So
What do you think of the Ridley injury now?
That's our luck, isn't it? I wouldn't be buying a raffle ticket right now if you were playing an Essendon player at the moment, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
There's absolutely no luck, is there? I mean,
but is it luck, or is he destined not to play another full season of AFL?
I think he's one of those players that gets injuries happen to him. I think he's just one of those players. I don't know why is my camera back to front this week? My house is in the opposite direction on the camera for some reason. Is that how crazy this thing's going today? My camera's got me on the wrong side.
What do you mean?
My fridge is on this side normally, not that side. What's going on today? Everything's back to front.
I'm so sorry. Just how you said that. My house is on the opposite side.
Yeah, it's been switched around. Is it the camera or my house?
I haven't done anything. It's not me. It's not me.
Is it the camera or my house? My house has moved since I've been out. That's
it's your neighbour. It's while you were gone.
Yeah.
While you were gone, your neighbour came in and switched your house around.
Yeah, but while I was watching you guys, the stream broke saying the a tab stuffed it up or something.
Who?
So I relaunched myself back in. So maybe that was the reason that the camera's gone the opposite way.
I don't know
anyway.
what you're talking about, but that was
No,
funny.
well, I was watching you on the stream, and the stream dropped out, but it wasn't my internet. The stream dropped out, and then it said something about caused by a tab. So it's something that was clicked on that. Yeah. Anyway, it's technology.
Anyway.
You know me and technology.
Oh, that was.
me
See,
and
I knew
technology.
this would make me feel better. I needed that laugh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where do we go now? We've got Sydney, so I'll have a weekend off. I'll probably go up. You may not be aware of it. I'm a cup collector. I collect coffee mugs, particularly coffee mugs to do with products, so like that you have coffee with, so biscuits, cereal, that kind of thing. And I've got the second biggest Vegemite paraphernalia collection in Victoria, if not Australia.
What? Okay, stop. I have many questions.
Okay.
Firstly, why? Why are you a collector? What is it about cups that you love? Secondly, how do you know that you're the biggest Vegemite collector in Victoria?
Yeah, well, I started collecting because people would give me a mug for Christmas because they say you're a mug, Noel, here's a mug for you, right? And you get all these different mugs, right? And then I noticed there was a couple of people who collect mugs, and I wanted to be the best at everything. So I'm going to get some mugs. So I started with Tim Tams and a few, and I got a Kit Kat kettle and a Kit Kat coffee pot, and a few other things started to come through, and my mate. A mate of mine works for Vegemite. He's one of the marketing people there.
Okay.
And I started collecting a few Vegemite things, and he's given me a lot of stuff. And I bought a 90-year-old jar of Vegemite, never been opened. It's worth a fair bit of cash now.
Where did you buy it from?
I got it from an antique shop, strangely enough.
An unopened jar of Vegemite.
Yeah.
Can you go get it? I need to see it. I want to see it.
90 years old.
What the hell? This is not where I thought Noel would finish us off with for the night. At all.
Here we go. I dragged it out. There's my 90. That's the 90-year-old Vegemite jar.
Oh my gosh. So it even has the gold lid.
Yep, old lid. Yep.
Wow.
And it would still taste exactly the bloody same.
I bet it would. But don't open it now.
No, I'm not going to open it. No. But I got a whole, I could turn my camera over and show you, but I got a whole bunch of stuff. And then people started finding out I was collecting them. So I've got stuff from Arnott's, and I've got, different mugs. In the corner there, I've got quite a bit of Essendon paraphernalia as well. But generally, it's just a nutty thing. So I've got more coffee mugs in my house than I've got of probably anything else. And now out of the one I'm using is at the moment comes from a American YouTubers, good mythical morning guys. And when you put coffee in it, it changes colour.
Oh, well, hopefully Bomber Banter will be getting some merch dropping very soon. So there might be a mug in there that you'll have to add to your collection, okay?
Yeah, for sure. But so that's just another one of the weird quirks.
Jeremy's got a good question. Was that jar of Vegemite from when we last won a final?
Well, not quite. It's 90 years old, so we've won a few finals since then.
It feels like that, though.
It does feel like that. There's a good drinking game, apparently, when looking back at myself. I tend to touch my hair a lot and my face a lot. So every time I did that, if you had a drink, you'd probably be pissed by the end of the talk. Because apparently I do that. And I've never noticed it. It's been a quirk that I've never noticed about myself until I watch myself back and I go, I didn't realise it. And it's annoying. So I'm trying not to do it. So,
that's okay. We all have our intricacies about us that, are weird. The weirder, the better. That's what I say. It keeps things interesting, people. Do you want just bland guests on the show who don't offer? You want a mix. You want a mix of the weird and wonderful. What the hell is that?
It's an underarm deodorant that smells like super duper.
What is that? A deodorant?
Yeah, it smells like Super Duper.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Weird. Yeah, there's also a solo one.
Why did you buy that?
Again, it's quirky, so it goes in the collection. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right.
And it's product thing. But yeah, I've got little Matchbox cars as well. But there's a Vegemite museum. It's in Beaufort. Because that's where Vegemite was first created. Was in Beaufort. And when they first opened, I had more stuff in my house than they had in their museum. They've got a lot more now, but I donated quite a few spare stuff that I had to the museum. So if you're ever in Beaufort, you can check it out. It's just past Ballarat. It's about 40 minutes from Ballarat. There's not much in the town. It's pretty, like 2 pubs and an IGA, so it's not really much of a town. But yeah, the Vegemite Museum is worth checking out because it's actually quite interesting because she's got stuff from all over. But they brought out Vegemite Monopoly and Vegemite jigsaw puzzles. There's tons of stuff around.
Wow. I mean, that sounds more appealing. Walking through the Vegemite Museum sounds more appealing to me right now than watching Essendon versus Geelong down at Alphabet Stadium. That sounds like a more appealing activity than that.
Well, we should all book a Bomber Banter. Should all book a bus tour to Beaufort and do the Vegemite Museum on that weekend instead of going to watch Geelong give us a spanking and hiding and
or maybe we'll do the Bomber Banter Christmas party, the Vegemite Museum.
She's a lovely lady, by the way, who runs it. The lady that runs it, she's a lovely lady. Vegemite was 100 years old last year, and they had a big celebration, and a bit of my stuff ended up in the display down in Port Melbourne where the Vegemite factory is. So, but I didn't get an invite, so I was a bit disappointed I didn't get an invite.
Even though you donated to the museum.
Yeah, and even though my mate works there, I still didn't get an invite. So
he tried. Then I'm not going. I'm not going to give them business then.
Now that was the Vegemite company, but the actual museum were very happy with me. Okay. She went to Sydney and she went to a few other places and took stuff because I've got the only thing I didn't get and I was really annoyed about was that they brought out silver ones, like 4-ounce silver Vegemite jars, and they were $75.
Jesus.
And I had my name. I had my phone and I was about to buy and I had to go to work and I had to put the phone away and I missed out on it. They're now worth about $400. So that was a bit.
Okay, last question before I move on for the Vegemite because I can't talk about this anymore. No. Do you eat Vegemite? Do you like Vegemite?
I certainly do.
I don't have it. I don't like it.
I put Vegemite in my spaghetti bolognese too, by the way. It's a really just a spoonful of Vegemite in your spaghetti bolognese gives it a bit of a saltier flavour. It's quite nice.
Okay, everyone, this is the last you'll ever see of Noel. He completely just destroyed my ancestry. My nonna just had the urge to jump out of a window, and she has no idea why, because she just heard that there are some people putting Vegemite in their sugo, in the sauce. What is happening? She's just had the urge to fly off the roof, and she doesn't know why.
Don't you put a little bit of like tomato sauce in there or something? Some people do put other things in it. I don't put tomato sauce in it, but people put other stuff in the sauce, don't they? But it's only a little.
Okay, I can't do this anymore. Noel, talk to me about next week. What's going to happen? Let's talk about football.
Yeah, let's get back to the footy. Well, I talked to Oscar Smart. I tried to inspire him, but he couldn't get a goal. I said, you've got to kick a goal. Your family's been holding up their mobile phones. They're getting crippling arthritis from holding up their mobile phone to get that photo of your goal. So, but I think they'll keep Oscar Smart on the list. I think they'll keep him on the list. Menzies will probably not be on the list. And I think there's 2 or 3 others that would, small forwards. Now, I think you've been giving a bit of hard grief to Gresham. I just looked up his stats. He never kicked less. He never had less than 25 possessions. Or no more than 25 possessions in every game he played for St Kilda, bar one on year 19. And he's got less than that since he's been in Essendon. He's never had more than, I think he had 26 against the Gold Coast or something, or someone, or Adelaide or something. But he's never had more than 20 since he's been at Essendon. So I don't know what they've done to him at the Bomberland. He was a much better player at St Kilda than he has been with us. And I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's not so much about his possessions. Like, it's about the, burning teammates, the selfish plays, choosing when to run and when to defend. And, yeah, I just don't think it's a good precedence to have around young, impressionable kids.
What about Shield then? He did the same thing today in the third quarter, didn't he? Straight out of the middle, had 3 bounces, didn't look at anyone. I'm just going to have a shot for goal and get goal of the year.
Yeah.
Bang. Yeah.
I know he had a lot of the ball, and I know that he tried to engineer some run and gun and some movement, but I did not like his game personally. He doesn't bring his teammates in on it.
Yeah, he had some nice. He had some. He had a lot of touches. That we'll say that he had a lot of touches, but Merritt's disposal was pretty ordinary at times today too. I thought.
Yeah,
and he hasn't been good. He's feeling the pressure. But I like McGrath in the middle. McGrath was good in the middle.
I didn't mind him.
He turned the ball over a little bit, but I think he's an interesting influence in the middle. I'd like to see Johnson play in the middle too. Give him a little bit of a run in the centre because he uses the ball well. So Johnson's got good disposal and he could be quite handy. Just to put him in the middle every now and again for maybe 10 minutes or something. Let him have a bit of a burst. But McGrath's been good in the middle, and I like that as an option. Redmond played pretty well. I thought Redmond did some nice things. But we got beaten in the midfield, and we got beaten by the extra guys on the football field who wear a different colour jumper to either team. It's hard enough. It's hard enough to win when you've got, dodgy free kicks and non-free kicks. It's the ones they don't pay.
Yeah, exactly.
They had the same amount of free kicks. But look, our inside 50s were about the same. Shots on goal, inside 50s and clearances and all that. We were fairly even across the board with most of those stats.
Except for the stoppage. The stoppage clearances, we were down again, and the 1%ers we were quite down on. But the free kick count it's negligible because it's the ones that we don't get versus the ones we get. We get our free kicks in the back line, useless Tiggy Touchwood free kicks, and then you don't give an obvious free kick to the most obvious chopping of the arms to 2 metre Peter in the goal square. So it's just incomparable.
Well, I've always said it's not the free kicks you get; it's the free kicks they don't pay you.
Yeah,
and I often feel it's umpires pay what they want to pay, not what's actually there.
Yeah,
half the time they pay what they want to pay. Oh shit, we haven't paid enough for these free kicks today. Let's jump onto that.
Yeah.
A fingernail on the back. But we were making the joke the other day. He said, how tough is the game? The game back in the 80s and 70s and 80s, none of these blokes would last 5 minutes. None of them would. They get their heads beaten in. So there's some parts of football in the past that were great. There's a lot of things in the football in the past I'm glad they got rid of. That's fine. But we've got a competition that gives you 5 weeks for calling someone a name, but 3 weeks for hitting someone in the head. Yeah. The Stephen May thing. They're rabbiting on about Stephen May. Yet I heard, was it Kingy and a few others saying Durham should have got 6 weeks for what he did. The Carlton
Preach, Yara. This pisses me off too, Noel.
Yeah.
Hate
exactly.
this.
Yeah.
100%.
And miss free kicks. And make up on the next play for that team. Yeah, of course. We said that all the time. But yeah, I mean, you look, they said, Durham should have got 6 weeks for his hit, right, on the Carlton guy. The Carlton guy played the next week, Sierra. Yeah. He played the following week, so his concussion was not that bad. and they're rabbiting on about, oh, Durham still got 6 weeks, and here I am listening to them going, oh, May shouldn't have got 3 weeks for that. Oh, it's a contact sport, blah blah blah. I said, yeah, it depends on who you play for, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I made the joke during the game, said Aaron Patterson had gone up to AFL tribunal, would have got off. They would have got it off. Maybe if you're going to have any criminal charges on you, get the AFL tribunal to represent you, and you're probably more likely to get a lighter sentence and get away with it.
This is true. I'm personally, I thought the May one was stiff. I thought too much was read into it in slow motion, and when I saw it live, I was like, he had no choice. There is no way he can make a decision to veer. So I'm glad. I really am glad Melbourne is
appealing it.
Yeah.
But he's got a reputation as well. The problem is he's got a reputation, and as soon as you've got a reputation of being a bit of a hitman, a bit of a thug, a bit of a hard nut, and but both on and off the field with me, then that goes against you, and it shouldn't, because every game should be treated differently, and every report should be treated differently in your reputation. It's the same with Toby Green. And so if Toby Green goes up to tribunal, he's got a car parking space at the tribunal set aside for him. So, he's automatically a week. I was surprised Alberto didn't get rubbed out.
Yeah, I think that was the AFL having mercy on us, because we literally would have no one to play in his position. That's just the mercy rule, literally, I think.
Since when's the AFL give a shit about us?
Well, I think this is exceptional circumstances, personally.
Maybe. Yeah, because if we have no more players, don't have to come up with a rule to work around it, and they don't want to be seen as favouring us in any way. So maybe that's the reason why. More the fact that, do you think Laverde should have got weeks for that?
I mean, maybe, but I also can understand that why he got let off, because I think it was the mercy.
He got weeks for doing the same thing in the VFL.
True.
He got reported early in the year in the VFL. True. When he was due to get a game, and he got 2 weeks. But another game. I was talking about those international games. There's another one on TV. I didn't want to watch it though. It was a Collingwood Essendon in 1990, played in Toronto. It's also on YouTube if you look it up.
Wow.
But 1990 wasn't a great year, so I try not to watch that. Remember that Collingwood winning a flag that year. But
it's true. Anyway, Noel, we might leave it there for the night because I'm fading.
Well, thank you, everybody. Hope you're having a great time. Enjoy life and enjoy your weekend. And
enjoy. Watch the game online tomorrow, the VFL game, and let us know how the three remaining possible debutants go. Okay.
Yeah, if I remember to get up in the morning, because I don't know.
I think it's at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I woke up at about 12 o'clock today. So
did you? You're a night owl. I think you're a night owl, Noel, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be up till about 3 in the morning. I'm usually writing or trying to work on some jokes and overcoming my Essendon
depression. Essendon depression. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, Noel. Wonderful as always.
Depression is a state of mind, and I don't have any mind to be in state of, so it's totally fine by me. I've been out of my mind a long time.
Mic drop that shit and get out.
See you later. Have a good night. Enjoy.
Good night, Noel.
Bombers.
Good value, old Noel, isn't he? You're having a great conversation with Pom in the chat, aren't you guys? Lucky to have him here. Hey, Footy Refined, how you doing? Votes, 3 Redmond, 2 Merritt. Oh, got to have Kako in there. I'm sorry. Footy Refined, got to have Kako in there. 2 for Kako. Has to. Darren McGrath was our captain tonight. He was encouraging the kids. Merritt was quiet. I saw it the same personally. Moby's, he's already counting down to Christmas. Quite frankly, I could have the end of this year, to be quite frank. It's been a shit year. Yeah, I loved Redmond's game. I know he had some blues, but I really did like his game. Coanda, only 36 months until we play finals. You're being very generous, I think. Hey, DCS. Norton kicked like 5 goals from free kicks. They're no good. We're just worst. Well, they are flat track bullies, aren't they? Really. Hey, James, how you doing? Laverty gave away so many terrible free kicks that were deserved, though. Oh, I reckon he was a bit hard done by. There were a couple, as usual, and he's playing undersized and all of that jazz, but he was very hard done by. Noel's hair reminds me of a boy band from the 90s. Someone also said he looks like Kevin Cheedy from the 70s, and someone's just compared him to a TV show Derek, a character from the TV show Derek. Moby coming in with the conspiracies. Ever notice Collingwood players never get cited by Chriso? True. Very true. Jam. Max Gawn stopped Sherry from apologising to Sparrow the other week. Then he sticks up for May when May tried apologising last week. I wasn't aware of that. That's interesting. Very interesting. Not like in the Laverty Hades busting a gut out there. I mean, I think we all see the reality when it comes to him. He gives 100% effort. That's never the question with Jaden, ever. And that's a wonderful trait to have. But we all just see that he's just not quite up to it, and he's doing the very best he can, I think. Yeah. He's showing up. He is showing up, and my favourite thing to encourage all of you is take up space. Wherever you go, whatever situation you're in, believe that you deserve to take up space wherever you find yourself. And he believes that he has the right to take up the space right now, and he does. Toby will be back at Tribuna for a cheap shot against Sydney. Will he? What did he do tonight? I think they ended up winning, didn't they? That was an interesting old game. It was very tempting to go to the bar and watch that game tonight, that's for sure. Dynamic Hypnotic. Did you like that end joke from Noel? He did give you one. How do you rate that? You need to go to one of Noel's stand-up. He hosts some comedy at comedy clubs sometimes. Maybe we'll do the Bomber Banter Christmas party there. What do you reckon? DCS. If you're watching, click the link and join. Although he's had a very, very big night, Pommy. He did a live stream of the GWS Sydney game. There he is. Well done, team, and well done, Fiona. Epic work fronting up. See ya all round 14. Heard Fiona has a fantastic partner sitting next to her for the game. I mean, maybe I'll have someone sitting next to me, and maybe someone can co-host the fan cams with me, because my partner in crime has already told me that I have to stay to the end. So, you know. It's not always about the stats, DH. It's not always about the stats. Intent, effort, refusal to give up. And also, I disagree with how they jot down or how they judge what a tackle is, because I think he had more than 5. Pete, Red Dog, most metres gained tonight. Yeah, worked hard. And more importantly, worked hard straight, not backwards or sideways. That's what I loved. Hey, Silent Red, I felt for some time that changing the logo does matter. Might seem superficial, but symbolically to regenerate and renew the past. I don't hate it. Spiritually, this would be encouraged. This would be encouraged. The evolution, the leaving the toxicity, the washing away the constraints, the shackles that have held us back. So spiritually, it would be encouraged, absolutely. Scott stood up for Laverty. I mean, how can you not when he's being asked to play, 10 centimetres, 5 centimetres below his weight and height most weeks. Snazzy Shoes had a small. Oh, I'm so sorry, Snazzy. I'm so sorry. I hope the main thing. I mean, you've said everyone is okay, and I hope you're okay. But even when everyone is okay, it's mainly the shock of a car accident that is the worst thing. So you might be literally okay, but emotionally, it is a shock to the system. So don't be so hard on yourself. I'm giving you a virtual hug right now, and take it easy. Have a glass of wine or a beer, and hopefully you can have a nice little sleep in tomorrow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Footy Refined, Merritt did have most score involvements for us and most inside 50s, so couldn't have been that bad. It wasn't that he was bad. He's just indifferent, a bit indifferent for me. I don't know. Oh, Green hit Heaney. Okay, does that mean Heaney needs a rest next week? Or anyone? Does anyone need a rest from Sydney? Pommy's in the bath, so he can't jump on. Although, so long as we're keeping it G-rated from the neck up, streaming from the bath wouldn't be the worst thing. It's past midnight. There's no kids here, I'm sure. Oh, did he? Yeah. I've seen that script before, though, Pete. I really have. I've seen it before. To be an Essendon fan is like swimming through seas of tragedy, finding the struggle to stay afloat, irresistible, while others simply walk upon the land. Ooh, loving what you're bringing tonight, Silent Red. You're getting all up in where I love to be. Richard Kako gets dragged up the ground at the moment. He needs to be at the forward's feet. I don't mind him a bit up the ground because he's so energetic and he can disrupt, a bit of momentum for the other team. It's the perceived pressure. They hear footsteps when he's around, and I think that's brilliant. Christopher, how are you? We did keep Bailey Dale to 20 disposals, so that was a win. I told you in the forecast, the Guelphy effect. Well done, Guelph. So for people saying, what did he do? That's what he did. This is what he did. Also, please, if you're not subscribed, please do me a big favor and please just take a second to hit the subscribe button and the like on this video, please, for me. I would very much appreciate that. Pommy in the bath, nobody makes a lens long enough. I'll allow it. Oh, hell no. Hell no. No realm where that happens. 0% chance. 0% chance. Ant, thinking outside the box, try McMahon, back Laverty forward. Again, my attitude at the moment, why the hell not? What have we got to lose at this point? BV after midnight. Hell yes. This could get interesting. These are only a post-midnight BBs are the true OGs and the true supporters, I reckon. Here through the thick and thin, and this is where the magic happens after midnight. Yep. I think we should keep McMahon and trade 2 metre. No. DCS, with respect, 2 metre Peter does not get traded. I will not hear of it. Ninjas AU, mate, what drugs are you smoking? Your takes flip more than a sausage at Bunnings. Pick a lane. Who, me? My takes? I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral. This is my job. Yes, 10:30 where you are, Commander, but a bloke in the bath would be a pisser. Pommy, it's getting some traction. Pommy in the bath. Bardsley, only negative with moving McMahon around is we need top keep his goal streak going. Yes, we need to keep his goal streak going. I'm sorry, this is post-midnight Fiona reading. Dynamic hypnotic. Maybe if they take the boys to next week's game in the Venga bus. No, I cannot recommend busing it to Sydney. Do not recommend. I busted to Sydney when that first year after the saga when the Essendon Football Club shouted Essendon fans, 4 busloads of Essendon fans, a trip over to Sydney for the game. And that was the worst decision of my life. It really was. Footy Refined, so looking forward to the draft. Want Lindsay and Greaves, but love Hibbins, Hargraves. Yes, as well. Lindsay and Johnson off halfback. Greaves in the mid. You're not keen on Willem Dersma? Make sure you tune in Tuesday night, Footy Refined. I'm doing a show with Felix from Everything Essendon, who is a gem. We're going to talk about all those young kids. Cross the line, absolutely. Wash your mouth out, literally. Depends which kids club is at the barbecue. Some of them don't flip the snag. Oh, Pom. James, giving Jones a 2-year deal was a disaster, and we should have waited until the end of the year for Edwards. Too many forwards. I personally completely agree with this take, but what choice did we have with Edwards? We either had to cut him because he did an injury or sign him. Chris, BB uncut. Oh, what do I feel like? I'm going to get cancelled for something of this. I'll chip in for Pommy. Yeah, me too. I would too. Pommy in the bath. Yep. Yeah, we're still going. I'm going to wrap it up too now, Felix. But peeps, you peeps are here. All you people, are you night owls or you just fucking around bored as shit because it's Friday night? You must be night owls. I don't think West Coast Richmond pass on Dersma. Okay. Unlikely that Lindsay will be there as well. Lindsay's my favourite, but I don't want to give away all the chat that I'm going to do with Felix on Tuesday night. But yeah, Lindsay, chef's kiss for mine. Wayno, I work with some ex-coach drivers. Some of the stories, ooh, as in BB After Dark stories. Share. Jump on the link and share the stories with us. Hey, our wheelchair team could be pretty fucking good next year. I mean, they could have been good this year. Why don't we just put all the resources into that, really? We have too many forwards, but he ain't the one to go. Get rid of the others, not him. Jade, of course you did. Of course you were on the bus. You may have been on my bus. That was 2017. It wasn't fun. Your bus hit a kangaroo. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was very bad. Why did I think that would be fun? That was not fun. Not fun. Your fault. You divulged, and now we're coming for you. Oh, Chris, you've got insomnia. Okay. Well, here for you. You're bored. This is what I'm here for. I'm here for your boredom. I'm here for your night owls. And are you really? Oh, you should have jumped on for a chat. I love the abroads. You're in Thailand. It's only 9:36, as in 9:30 a.m. or p.m., please. Noel, thanks for all the love. Bomber Bandits, go Bombers. Yes, Darren and Noel met at the VFL. I mean, I should, but I couldn't because he has my whole heart, old Pom. He does. But he hasn't been on a fam cam, so Pom, you don't necessarily have to do it in the bath, but one time I would like to see your face. Just surprise me. My face. Well, yes, for the Bombers I did. I thought I would cash in on a free trip, but it won't surprise you to know that I sat up front, first on, and I had fresh air and, yeah. So I did get on the bus with other people. Yeah, I did. If I had to catch a public transport, bus, tram, train, bus would definitely be my first preference. So, but you should be proud to know that I did. I'd only get rid of Tuanapete if we get Marsh or Schubert, 2 tall forwards projected top 12 in the draft. Okay, let's just get this straight. Bomber Banter is a no-go 2 meter Peter leaves zone. Understood? I'm just kidding. You can say you want to. I just won't enjoy it. I still think he stays. He's the only one who showed any kind of leadership this year, my friends. He and Martin is what has been the glue that's kept this crumbling team together. Trust me on that. I have spies. Did you really, Dynamic? Stop. As in, you bust up to Sydney just because? Just you jumped on a random trip to go up there, or it was an organised thing with the club? So what did you do? Who drove the rest of the bus the halfway up? You just had to find your own way, or I need the story. Yeah, Felix, I'm so with this. I really am. Pommy, there is no other way, my friend. There is no other way. 9:36 p.m. in Thailand. Very good, Ant. Are you there for a holiday, or do you live there? Film's too sensitive for all those big energies. What colour bracelet did you have? Bracelet? I don't have a bracelet on. Are you talking to me? I don't know who you're talking to. You were yelling at me before, ninjas, and now you're confusing me. Thank you, Felix. Thank you. Yes, he does. So do they all. But I would say that this year, since he came back, he's been... Yeah, they're crumbling, but there's a little piece of sticky tape and a bit of glue around the edges, around the crumbling bits, and that's just solid for now. The company organised another driver within like an hour. Wow. Wowee. That's bad luck. Hey, Murray, Felix, 100% Peter Wright has been great this year. Yep. Bomber Boy, we're 20 minutes to go until 1 a.m. All right, fine. Does anybody want to come on and have a chat to me for the last 20 minutes? Somebody new. Surprise me, people. Come on. Somebody new. Do me a solid. There you go. Pommy, if you're still in the bath, I want to see you. I have no idea what some of you are talking about. Dave, the player colour at the end of the year will be so intriguing. Yeah. There will be some players. Who said it tonight? There will be some players who are left, I think it was Felix, until the very, very end. So Setterfield will be another one, I reckon, that's left to wait until we see who we draft, who we trade, and then he'll either get a 1-year contract or he'll get cut. Oh, you're talking about the bus. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember, Ninja. Oh, I have no idea. All I know is that I was on the fun bus. Every other bus said that they had really quiet, boring people, but our bus were pretty up and about. We were taking pictures and singing and, yeah. Oh, did you, Pete? Yeah, but it was good weather this year, wasn't it? Oh, my gosh, preach. I really miss Caldwell too. Yes, I really miss Caldwell and I really miss Reed. Like, I feel that in my core, you know? What James said. And another James. I'm okay. How are you, James? How are you feeling? Is it really? I think it's going to be absolutely, if you're in Victoria or in Melbourne, absolutely pissing down today. So, DCS, yeah, it sucks, but it's a rebuild. Yep, some big decisions coming. The thought of experiencing this again next year, this flatness after so many losses, the fact that more than half of our debutants haven't even had a win. I don't think Zach Johnson's had a win. Archer May hasn't had a win. Blackiston hasn't had a win. Lual hasn't had a win. Obviously, Smart, McMahon. That's half. Yeah, that's half our debutants have not had a win. I really feel for them. Next year, just rip the Band-Aid by Setters if we get Greaves and put him, Merritt, Colders, does Amada in the midfield. Yeah. Hey, Robert, is it blue chalk? Fiona holding it together. Yeah, blue tack. Yeah, sorry. It's 12:45 a.m. Blue tack, exactly. Blue tack, a bit of gum, a bit of, cement. It's just, all the crap. It's crumbling at the edges, Lavetti was drafted as a forward. McMahon has played back. Just saying, have lived abroad for 25 years now, work-related. Oh, wonderful. The link is there, and you'll be the freshest out of all of us because I assume we're all in Australia. Maybe Coanda is still here. Please jump on. The link is there and have a chat with me. Darren, the link is there. Come on and defend him. I've seen some hate towards him already. Where have you been? Have you not seen it? I can't wait. Here for you. Take up space, Snazzy. You deserve it. I will hold space for you here. You absolutely have the right. And look at us. We're all a friendly, happy bunch. If there's anybody mean, they don't last long because energetically they just start talking smack about me. And then you people just stick up. You guys, you legends will just stick up for me. And then they're out of here. Because they can't handle the love, the connection, the community here, guys. It's how it works. That's how energy works. Oh, good question, Dave. Chat, what do you reckon, Jones or McMahon? Recency bias is going to play a big part in this, isn't it? Oh, I'm very aware that I'm going recency bias, but I'm going to say McMahon just. Yeah. Yep. No, he doesn't. Footy refined. He's out of contract. So he's one that'll be very unlucky. Oh, dynamic. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Pommy, do you see this? If you're still here, this is, do I have to pass this on to Pommy, this $2? Do I really? Even though that I've put in the hard yards and given you all 2.5 hours of therapy here? Maybe I'll give him $1. Are you happy with that, Dynamic? Good night, Mariella. Sleep well. I'll see you Tuesday night. Thank you for your support. Big love. Does anyone have the Corwell tradie shirtless pic? Send them to Fiona. Yeah, maybe I'll put them up there. I'll get a nice frame. There's a nice spot right there. Which way am I going? There we go. Oh, yeah. Where were you sitting? I was right up the front, Ninja. So the bus driver was on the right and I was literally in the 2 front seats. Where were you sitting on the bus? And what colour was the bus that we were on? Yeah, we miss our tanned, oily, beautiful grunt of a boy, don't we? Mackay, he's another one I miss. We're forgetting about these guys because they've been in the rehab group for so long. It was great weather. Adelaide is hot, yes. But apparently no shade, right? At many of the grounds in Gather Round, apparently not a lot of shade. So when it was hot, I did get a lot of feedback that there wasn't a lot of shade. Yep. Thanks, Robert. Really appreciate your support. Another reminder, if you're here for another 10 minutes, please take a second to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. How long you been Essendon supporter for? Just wondering. My whole life, Pete, but didn't really fall in love with the game and Essendon until the 2000s when I was still very young and didn't probably really understand and certainly didn't internalise what it meant to win a grand final because 25 years later, and I can't remember soaking up the feeling, or, I think of my cousins who are Hawthorn supporters, and one of them is 21 now. So he was, in his very, in these teens when he was experiencing those grand final wins. And so he has those core memories, and I don't have those. Yeah, DC, that's another one. He hasn't had a win. Yep. I mean, he can't get a win because he's out for the season, but yes, exactly. Partly. And it will be a long wait for a bunch of those boys to get their first win. Carlton, Noel has put his vote in for a Carlton win. If you had your pick, we've got 5 games left. Which game do you want to win? Can only win one because we're project draft pick. But my pick is Carlton, very closely followed by St Kilda. NBD, okay. I'm going to choose to believe you 100% because I don't think I can go through it. I wish Essendon would consult Melbourne Stormers. I know their head doctor and he's awesome. Could learn a lot. I'll get a referral. I mean, my GP at this point would probably be better than what I've got, to be quite honest. Holding you to this. Don't make promises you can't keep. Just ask Isaac. I hold you to the Zach Merritt FC, sorry. I hold you to your promises. Oh, no problem. Next time. Murray, Jones is decent. I'd back Jones in. Yeah. It is recency biased, isn't it? Yeah, that's not his fault though, right? Because he's been playing on the wing up until he got injured, just to keep him in the team. For the long-term gain, that was what was sold to us. Hey, Matthew, McMahon can kick. He can. Ganache is actually, when it sets very firmly. So the ganache would do very well to just paper over the cracks, make it look a little bit pretty and presentable. At this point, it doesn't really matter what it looks like, but does it? $1 per inch of water. Ah, I see what you did there. Oh, this pommy in the bath has legs. I'm going to make this happen, guys. Hey, Buckets. I want Harry Jones back, man. I know. I just want them all back. Fuck. 17 injuries. I just love how the graphic is expanding. The injury rehab injury report. It's just expanding. And it's the whole, it's from top to bottom. And some clubs, their injury list is like this big. Yeah, it must be nice, huh? Must be nice. Harry Jones is injured. The best ability is availability. Yeah. I think he stays. Murray. I do. I said from the beginning, I think he stays. And I honestly just think this is bartering. And it's just what managers do. Look what they're doing with Jack Silvani. There is no hope in hell. And I will implore you all to bookmark this, screen record this, but there is no hope in hell. There is no way Jack Silvani is playing for Collingwood next year and beyond. No way in hell. It's just the manager, the club leaking shit to try and get better offers and deals. I just think that's what's happened this year. I don't think Draper had any intention to go. I could be wrong, but that's just my gut feel, personally. Pretty much have a full on-field team that would be competitive on the sidelines. 2 teams, 1 injured, 1 playing. Yeah, we do. We really, really do. Yep, you're going Carlton. Carlton for Dave. Chris, you don't want to win any. Okay. Carlton for Richard. Yep. Carlton for Pete. Oh, that's prime time. Yeah. That would have been fun. Did you go to the game? Were you there at the granny, Bomber boy? Oh, okay. Moby's going the Cats. You sat here in silence. Well, you have us, Muzzy. You have this space, and we're having fun. Preach. Pommy, if you're still here, you're being told what you need to wear on the fan cams now. Who says no? The Blues or the Bombers? Given that one is playing really, really poorly at the moment and one can't even get on the park, I'll probably say Blues say no to this. I reckon Blues would say no for the age. Yep. Just. But I will say they're pretty fed up with TDK. They're pretty fed up. Ridley going to be 18. And what's the shot we get? Another in the VFL because I think ADW did an injury last week. Oh, as in 18th injury. Yep. Is he playing VFL tomorrow? Footy Refined? Day Wicks? Because that will probably be the answer. I know Archer May and what's his name? Hobbs weren't listed for tomorrow. So that tells me that Hobbs didn't quite get up from, was it groin for him? No, it wasn't groin. What kept him out last week? Well, he was not named in the VFL and maybe Archer May just needed a bit of a rest or his nose was still a bit sore. I'd die before Jack goes to Collingwood with that name. Yeah, it's no way. It's not happening. It's just media. It's the AFL encouraging managers to leak this shit so it keeps people talking and clicks happening and advertisement for the game. I mean, I know that sounds conspiratorial, but I believe it. I believe it. It's not happening, Dave. Yeah, agree, Darren. Completely agree. Yeah. Spot on. Yep, absolutely. And then you have like, even with this Charlie Curnow stuff, and journos like Tom Morris are very careful in the way they verbalise things so as not to get themselves into trouble. And I just think, like, good on Charlie Curnow for coming out last night and putting it to rest because then they get away with it, right? All right. Blues will beat us. Well, yeah, I think they will. But if I had to pick, are they really? Is TDK that old? Why do I think he was still like 24? Geez, time's gone quick. Bruce, you were at the 99 prelim. You cried that day. I would have too. Yep. Okay, Felix coming in. Yep, playing tomorrow. I thought he was due a rest, to be honest. Okay, playing tomorrow. Very interesting that Archer May, but maybe he really did need a rest. Maybe. Draper has played 78 games in a 9-year career. I love the guy. Probably time for him to find greener pastures. When you lay that out like that, that doesn't make for good reading, does it? 78 games in a 9-year career. Yeah. 99 prelim, I was in Queensland visiting my grandma. I woke up with a bad feeling. I couldn't shake all day, and I learnt from that experience how my intuition is always in sync when it comes up. See, football, just literally teaching you all the tricks. Priceless. Win no games, but win the draft, thanks. Yeah, I mean, yes. But the dopamine hit would just be really good for supporters and if there was a way that Richmond can keep winning and St Kilda can keep winning and maybe Kangaroos can win a couple, maybe it won't matter if we win one. Just one. And it can be by a point so we still keep a shit-house percentage. Yeah? Deal? Replay of a 3AW interview tonight. Talk trades, Harley, and off-season plans. Yeah, even with that, with updates on Harley, he's going, he's not. Who actually knows? Who actually knows what is happening there? This is my jam. Maybe we can do the BB Christmas party. We can do it in a field, and I'll bring all the crystals and we'll do a healing, and we'll get a shaman to come down and a healer, and we'll light some sage, and we'll put some pinpricks into some people of the past. All right, friends, I'm calling it. Thank you so much for being here. For the group of you who are still here, you lovely night owls, I absolutely heart you all. Thank you so much for all your support. I'm just going to assume, because you're all here and you're all legends, that you've all subscribed and liked the video. So thank you very much. I'm going to have a nice little sleep in tomorrow, and then I will pop out a little review of the game. Can't believe I have to rewatch that game, but I will, because when I'm at the game, I like to come home and see it from the TV perspective and see how ridiculous the commentators are and how ridiculous the umpires are and all of that jazz. And then we'll be back with our Fiona's forecast for the Sydney game on Monday night, sorry. And then Tuesday will be the live show with Felix. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Good night.